199.
All right, shut up, Massimo. All right.
Hello and welcome to our stream of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'm the Dungeon Master, Mad Wolf, and I'm joined by our hosts, Joda Pro and Double Whammy, as well as our other players, Immortal Studios, Dontov, and London Fog. The stream is not necessarily intended to be viewed. We use it as an archive to help the more attention-deprived of us remember all of the threads of this campaign. We have collectively been playing together since the pandemic, so I can't stress this enough. We are not professionals. However, we are mildly entertaining. So if you like the stories that we tell here, go ahead and smash that like button. Please subscribe to either of our streamers' channels and come hang out with us. We stream live every Sunday afternoon, evening-ish. And we don't have a time because real life sucks. Now that legal is out of the way, let's tell a story, shall we? Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a recap. The group known as the Serious Six is on their way to help Lady Violet take back an area of the deadly wilds known as the Dreadlands, specifically a town once known as the Dual Towers. But to do this, they need allies. So the Duchess of Riston sent them to gather as many as possible. We find them now after Uriah Huxley has completed the mission set upon him at the beginning of this adventure, to restore the vessel of Aquin. Upon the final piece connecting, however, a being formed from inside the vessel and began to wreak havoc on the city around. Just narrowly escaping, the Serious Six ducked back into the portal and found themselves on the other side. And that's where we pick up. As the twistiness of the portal comes over you, you manage to grab Uriah, who is still kind of stunned after all this. The explosions in town are wreaking havoc as you see several mages casting spells, floating up into the air and beginning to do battle with this being, and you see them doing a good portion of damage. It's not like he's just swatting away these spells. They are they're holding their own. But with every defeat, he seems to do that move where he tanks his hand out and absorbs all of the water from in them. Not just the water, but their very essence, their very being pulls the liquid out of them. And to Dawn, you almost see something else come out as well. Something. Oh, if it would have to be for your lineage to be able to see it. Something that you've only heard stories of. The chicane itself being ripped away from someone. Again, very reminiscent of the Negamancer. With every wizard that falls, you see this being get stronger. And in the chaos of you guys deciding what to do, you notice he is scouring the city for something, looking intently for it. As you guys decide to duck back into the portal, you can't help but take one last glance as you see several wizards casting a spell of restraint on him, where you watch him being pushed inside this bubble of magical energies. And you can see as he raises his hands, his sleeves come down and tattoos around where those bracers once clasped around his arms. They begin to show brightly. He rips it apart, and as he does, the foundation of the building that you are in crumbles, and the building begins to fall. As it does, the portal flickers, and the Serious Six, you duck back inside. As you rush through the portal, this time with its energies collapsing around you, you don't see the lights. They flicker. A path leads this way, a path leads that way. Path leads up, down. One loops and turns around beside you. And these paths switch on and off. What do you do?
But we're in the hallway.
You've all ducked back into the black hallway. The portal. You're inside the portal, and the other side is breaking.
We should probably run.
We ran straight last time. I don't recall taking any turns. There was a loop, I think.
Pretty cut and dry to me.
Do any of
It is pitch black around you. So if you're going to stray off the path, whatever's lit, to try to run straight ahead, you cannot see where you're going. You have to just trust it and run.
So this is not normal darkness.
No.
Should we join hands?
I'm good.
Do any of
And
the
skip.
lights perhaps have the loop
on
in
to-
them that we went through coming through the first time?
I'm gonna.
I think
You-
it's this way.
You cannot see any loops.
We can't see anything.
You can't see anything.
It's literally close your eyes. That's what you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guys, I have the
Pathways
I can see.
pathways
We're good.
flicker
Let's just
before
go
you
this
that
way.
can go
Come on.
anywhere, is my point.
Ouch.
Pathways flicker before you, and they're varying terrains, varying ways that they end up. They're just, the portal itself is destabilizing and collapsing.
We need to run forward.
My friends, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's
What are we
go.
doing? And then Abdul's going to start hauling us.
And Dr. Reed is right behind him.
Dawn would
And hopefully behind him. Hoping.
Dawn would kind of instinctively turn towards Uriah, like almost to ask him what he thinks, and then remembers that, you know, maybe Uriah's not the person to ask at this moment. And so just kind of shrugs it off and then follows after Abdul and Dr. Reed.
Zag,
I'm just following them, or whatever is. I mean, all right. When we came here, how long of a walk was it? Do we know? Through the
No.
hallway.
There was a loop.
There was a loop. I guess. Yeah. Just follow the group.
you rush through the hallway. There is no loop. Eventually, you get to the other side. You feel your foot catch something, Abdul, and your hands as well, almost like a wall. You reach around for it, and there appears to be a handle there.
I open the handle.
You open the handle, and the door opens towards you, and there's nothing. There's just a flicker there of just a barely light coming through.
Abdul is going to put his cloak up, hood up, and jump through.
You're gonna jump through.
Yippee-ki-yay,
You guys all reach the portal. You guys are jumping through as well.
Jumping through immediately. Just diving in. Just through the door.
Like lemmings.
You're muted, Shane.
As Zach gets to the door, like, can I take a peek around, see if there's any other doors, like right next to it, or?
There is. Okay, let me simulate pitch blackness for you. I want you to shut your eyes as close as you can,
Alright,
and
I want
then
to
put your
feel
hands
the
over
wall
them.
for another door.
Give me a perception check.
Oof.
30. You feel around the door. You has edges, has a frame, and then you feel the frame, and you feel like what should be the wall next to it, and your hand just goes past it. In fact, you can reach around the door from the other side. There's nothing that. It's just a frame and a door in pitch blackness.
Nice.
It's
Alright,
Monsters,
jumping through the portal.
The
right.
lemmings!
There's Monsters Inc.
You jump through the portal. As you jump through, oh, actually, I like that one. As you dive through the portal, all of a sudden you can feel yourself, Abdul, being stretched, pulled, as if you were sawn asunder. You feel yourself being pulled
Not
at every
again!
joint. Every joint kind of pulls and stretches of a portal that has already collapsed on the other side, no longer has a secure gateway. So as you feel yourself pull and being almost ripped apart, you can see it rip in front of you and break. And as it rips in front of you, you see water. And you are rapidly moving down towards the water.
Abdul's going to go in for a dive.
I need you to make an acrobatics check.
This freaking sucks.
Dr. Reed, as you come through, you're already in a dive motion. Don, Zag, and Uriah, you come tumbling through as well, and you see you see water blanket out in front of you. Yeah, with the 30, cats always land on their feet. You flip around, you manage to go into a dive motion and plunge into the water. In fact, 5 of you into the water. Fairly decently. I will say I need an acrobatics check from Don, Uriah, and Zag.
How I'm falling, right? How
Yes.
far off am I from Dawn or Uriah?
You're in the back, but not too far away. Like they ducked in, and then you just took some time to feel around. So I mean, yeah, you're pretty close to them.
Also, how long of a fall would it have been? Like, how much time to react?
Probably 15, 20 feet. Not too
Mhm.
horrible, but like 2 stories. So it's enough to where when you impact, if you're not like in a dive motion, you will take damage.
Because I was maybe thinking if Don had enough time to try to react to the feather, but I don't know if 20, 15 feet would be enough, especially not knowing what was on the other side.
I'll tell you what. Roll an initiative for me, and if you get, let me see. What is your what? Let me see. Let me see what you're at here.
Thank you for promising.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an initiative for me.
Perception initiative?
Yep, that's fine.
Oh.
Nice. So you manage to you come out and you look around and you see that you're falling and you start looking for the feather and then you're like, oh crap, no time, and you go into a dive. I still need an acrobatics check from you.
Yep.
I still need an acrobatics check from. Oh yeah, gone, done. Zag, you as well. You managed to just slip right in. Like that's great. In fact, boosh, 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 boop.
I was gonna say, like, can we tell how deep it is from up here or no? Falling?
No. Although it is very dark. It's very dark. When you guys break the surface, you realize that you are just off of the gangway, about 100 yards or so out to sea, off of the coast of the
Didn't we have an item that's a boat or something like that we could open up and have a boat?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
That's
you
a-
do.
that- we do?
Do we? From where?
And who is we?
Again, you're only about 100 yards away, so you're about a football field's length away. You could swim it easily. But in fact, you can see the gravestone to the south. You guys take a second to orient yourself, and you can see the gravestone down.
Are the waters calm or?
They're pretty calm. It is early morning. It is probably the first light is starting to come up. Now you know that you came at like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, and now the first light is beginning to show up in the sky.
We were only gone for like 10 minutes.
Time works differently going through those, and as Don's saying that, he's kind of looking under the water to see if he notices anything that may have noticed us after 5 things just plopped in.
As Zag sees Dawn looking underneath the water, Zag swims over and jumps on top of that. Don't let him get me. Don't let him get me. Don't let him get me.
Darn,
Please
just
don't let him
calm
get me.
down, calm.
No, I don't want to do. Not again.
Go ahead and make a
Dr. Reed is
perception
like
check.
floating past. Dr. Reed's like just floating past effortlessly.
Show off.
doing
You don't
aerobics.
seem. I mean, it's a big ocean. It doesn't
Mhm.
seem like you.
Um,
You do catch a flock of seagulls in the distance, like down the shore, that seem to be going over an area that seems to be boiling with bait fish. But other than that,
What?
where there's
Where? Sorry, go ahead.
there's bait fish, there's bigger fish, but you're confident you're pretty far away from that.
How far right did Uriah fall? And is he like actively trying to like not drown?
He's just
You're muted. You're muted.
face down.
You're muted, Monty.
I just let myself float to the bottom.
I see that. I like take my staff out. Don, hold me up.
No.
And I go fishing.
I don't think you could fish that far, buddy boy. You need a pretty long staff. No, I'm just like
I took rowers.
yeah, I'd be like kind of just same thing as Dr. Reed. I'd just be like floating along, kind of just like
Well, unless Uriah has some bright idea to help us get out faster, I assume we just swim to shore?
Yeah, water boy. How many bright ideas?
How about we don't rely on him for now? We just swim.
why?
How about we just swim?
Can you do anything, water boy?
not
How-
enough, not big enough for all of us. Maybe just one or two, but
Well, at least he's talking now, so.
Could you at least get the waves, the current to go in our favor or something?
How about we don't let him do things? We just like that was a lot. Let's just swim in the pack.
my head just like
towards the-
slowly turns towards Zag.
Let's just hey
If
buddy,
you-
all right. Let's just swim.
Mm.
Yeah, come
Alright,
on,
let's
Don.
go.
Swim.
I'm gonna start swimming.
Get the swimming, Don.
Are you like still on
Um,
Don?
Yeah, I'm sitting on Don and I'm
just
using
like
my
it.
staff as a paddle.
He goes,
As,
are you kidding me? And just starts going.
Let me hold on. Give me a second. As they're swimming, can I watch? Because like I'm like super familiar with water, so I can just like easy peasy lemon squeezy. I want to watch. Can I watch to whoever's like struggling the most swimming? Who's falling behind?
Swim speed is half of your speed. So who's got the lowest speed?
I'd say Don's probably
Let's see.
struggling a little bit with Zag on him, but besides
I
that,
weigh.
Oh yeah,
How much do I weigh? I weigh 75 pounds.
yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
But
Swimming.
but you're also your speed is 50 feet. So your swim speed is equal to the land speed of every other human in this party.
Which is like one.
Zag could be swimming laps.
25 feet.
25. 50 divided by 2 is 25, sir.
Yeah, I know.
So
My
But,
speed
so
is my-
Zag is by far the faster one here. The fastest
Zag-
one.
Zag ain't swimming.
All right. Well, so
Abdul,
then-
aren't you a dwarf?
I'm paddling.
He's a
Oh,
goblin.
he's a cat. No, I'm talking to.
Oh.
I forgot that he's no longer a
So
dwarf.
Don would be struggling the most.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so I'll swim over to Don, and I'll touch his calf, and I'll cast Feet to Fins.
What does this do to me?
It
You're a fit
turns
boy.
it turns your you grow fins from the sides of your legs, and your feet become webbed. Your toes become webbed.
You become Shark Boy.
Let's see. The target gains a swim speed equal to its normal land speed.
I feel like Don would feel that kind of happening and instinctively like flip Zag off of him and kind of turn around to see what's happening because he just got touched and now he's changing. He has no idea what's happening.
And it lasts 10 minutes.
What's going?
I'm going hard. I'm just swimming. Like, I'm just going, like.
Zag, are you messing with me or
I was rowing you, I think.
Uriah? Are these your doing?
Yeah, it'll just make you swim faster. Don't worry.
At least call him out next time before you give me fins.
You gave him fins?
It'll wear off in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes.
Oh yeah, fins. Come on. Give me your back.
Okay, this is actually a little easier. Start swimming again. Zag on him.
I'm like paddleboarding now.
It takes you about 20 minutes. Don and even with the fins, it's hard to carry somebody with you. So it takes you all about 20 minutes or so, but you finally get to
Even with
shore.
my paddling?
Even what you're paddling.
That's crazy.
Let's say 15 minutes with
See?
by the time you guys get to shore. And at this point, it is now the city is starting to wake up, and there are people moving about. You hear in the distance kind of a commotion of people rushing into the city.
Can I be the first
God,
one?
what now?
Shore?
You started first, and Don is still traveling at about your speed, so yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna wait for Uriah to get back.
Mm.
To get on shore.
You guys all make it to shore.
Oh,
And as
sweet
you
plan.
climb up
Mm.
onto the gangway.
Sweet,
Mm.
sweet
Abdul,
plan.
as he gets up, grabs Uriah and summons his blade like this, and what the hell was that?
Dang.
that's-
At that happening, Don just kind of instinctively
Oh.
like hand over the necklace of knives, not drawing one, but just kind of instinctively hovering.
As as they do their incessant arguing, can I get to cast a perception check for the commotion?
Sure.
Because she knows.
You do that. And
Dang, like the Jackson in me almost popped out. I was like, all right, get nothing.
Like, huh?
You want it to be private?
Yes, please.
so to say, like,
You talked
You
back
put the-
there, you can talk now? Come on! What was it?
take that. Well, that wasn't private, but good try.
All right.
It's private to me.
No, it was. No, it is. I forgot I
Oh,
have the.
Cheater, pumpkin
So-
eater.
What was that extra?
As Don does his thing, and Catboy does his thing. Zach runs up to Uriah's leg. What?
Start shaking my leg.
You notice
Get off!
Kick
With-
Zag off the in the water again. How come Zag always shrugs? Like Zag is always like, oh, Zag's like right here, like hip, and then like he runs up over to the leg, and I just imagine this like
Uriah's tall, isn't he?
a foot character run over like, yo, I'm a short goblin, but don't matter nothing.
Uriah's like, I think I put him at like 5'11", 6 foot. I don't remember.
I'm 4 foot, so I would be at like your at like your hip. But like, that was a joke. There's a staff extended between or trying to be extended between you and
I guess
Catboy.
toothpick just shows up in between our faces.
No, that's
Dr.
quite
Reed, see
normal.
anything?
Dr. Reed sees all what from her perception check. They
I
are
got
headed
you.
towards the
That's
area
Jesse.
that you guys were when you chased Uriah into the portal.
Guys, we may be having a bigger problem.
Yes,
Oh,
I
bigger
know, I've
problem
seen
than
it.
your friend.
Started killing a bunch of people, and now we could be blamed for it. What was it, Uriah? What did you unleash?
What was it? I'm like just staring down Abdul.
Abdul's like staring at you, like you don't care, like
I just like imagine like each of you keeps going like this.
yeah.
We're punching each other like obnoxious.
Come on then. Come on then.
You're not gonna do nothing. Swing.
It just
swing.
keeps going back and
Explain,
back, boy.
Uriah.
And I just
Testing my patience. Explain.
Explain.
I don't know what it is, what he is. All I know is he hates Aquin, and
Then why didn't he kill you?
Why did he kill the shopkeep? Of all people.
I don't know.
I
Was that
Punch
act?
the knife or something. Let's shelf that
What-
for now.
I
Abdul's.
took a look at the lamp thingy, Raya, and I think I learned a little bit about him. If there's not much you know.
Abdul dripping with water still, like.
He's like squeezing out his tail.
And he's still like holding on, and he goes, and he throws his dagger, like just mad, just throws his dagger, and it instantly like comes back to him, and like lets off on Uriah. Why didn't you fight it?
Why
Ah.
didn't I fight him?
No,
Did-
you gave in to whatever the heck that was. We tried.
Why
to,
didn't I
tried
fight
to
him?
stop you.
The
He's not
urge,
asking-
Uriah.
He doesn't mean like physically fight whatever came out. I don't know if you remember. You got off the boat and you just started walking and walking.
Oh, that.
Yeah. You were not present.
When Abdul finishes all that, then he starts catching up with like what Dr. Reed said, what like everyone looks at the party, and then like I said, he finishes. Why didn't you fight him? All that, and now I want to make a perception check on like what's around me. Did I draw attention by doing that? Like what's going on?
Go ahead and roll perception check.
Uriah, answer.
Oh, great. Why didn't I fight it? Because that was supposed to bring Aquin back. That would have solved all my problems. I would have gotten answers.
You could have at least told us. We could have maybe have helped you.
Don knew.
Now this.
Don figured it out. on
I had
perception.
some suspicion that's what it was. Of course, that's what you were here for last time.
And there was something. I tried to stop you. I tried to stun you. I tried to hitting you, and your lamp was just not having it. Did you know you could do that?
I know it's able to protect me. I can't really control when it does.
That's concerning.
Can you still do?
Drugs?
Yeah. Can you still do your powers, or did it take that with you too?
Well, he gave me fins.
As
I
I
gave
look
him-
down, just look at your fins.
They
The
disappeared
fuck?
halfway through the swim. Don was having a
No,
good
they be gone,
cruise,
they
and
be
then
gone,
halfway
they be
through,
gone
they
now.
just kind of.
We
Because
need
it only lasts 10 minutes.
Abdul, looking around, says that we need to leave. We need to, there's something happening
Leave where?
in the bazaar. There's something happening in the bazaar. How do I go back to this screen? Good lord. Oh, there it is.
We need to leave. I don't even know where we're leaving from. And then your eyes can
To
actually
go
take a look
and
around.
see what happened to that door that we did not come back from. The door we went in, but we didn't come out.
I say we just kind of avoid that area.
It's a good. Oh, maybe they seen us going.
Oh, that
Is that what you're
maybe
thinking?
maybe take a look
Me?
from a distance if we could.
Or
This is-
make us maybe send one person stealthily recon.
Let's go. I want to like let's go. Let's go.
Where are you guys going?
I'm gonna go to the bazaar.
Up to where the commotion is.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanna
You
follow the
guys-
commoners.
It doesn't take you long to find out where it was. That whole section of the gangway has collapsed.
Holy crap!
Fun.
I think I'm sorry.
There is a massive pool where of the sea where this building with bridges and whatnot once stood. There are no debris. There is no people. It's just gone.
And how much was taken? Were there any other buildings, or was it just that one
Nope.
door system?
It's just that one building, and all the rope bridges, everything that connected to it, is just kind of hanging or drifting in the pool.
Any people down in the water that seems like needs saving that aren't being saved already?
No, there are people. If there's people, and there are a handful of people in the water, but they're looking around like, what could have happened? What happened? What was going on here? You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a crowd of about 100 to 200 people around right now. Like it's a pretty big crowd now.
We can't risk being seen or noticed. Maybe we should.
What
I
did
don't
they
know.
not notice?
There seemed to be an abandoned building that wasn't abandoned last time we came. If we want to scout that, maybe see if we can get in there, and chat a
Yeah.
bit.
Lie low. I like that.
I think we should
I
just
think
head
we
back
need
to
to-
the boat.
I think we need to go and I agree with you, Zag. Your friend, you're the captain.
I'm sure Charles is fine.
What is your pendant? No, never mind. We'll talk later. And Abdul, wherever you guys want to go, I'm down for it. We can go. Is the abandoned building closer?
Dagger's Edge is the abandoned. Look down
The
abandoned. building that I was
Dagger's
talking
Edge
about.
is technically slightly closer, but yeah, you can go to either one.
Would you say, oh, I have a closer spot? Like, would you like?
Yeah.
Because if you said something like that, like I would be like, oh, if that's closer, let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter.
Don't say. At least go check it out. See if we can get in. and Maybe talk
I'm
there.
fine with that. Just need to. Maybe if somebody did see us, it's probably as best we just lay low for a little bit, couple hours. Following you.
Yeah.
You walk along the gangway as the crowd begins to disperse in about 20 minutes or so of you walking through. There's still more commotion. There's more people. You pass by several different let me double check this here. This was a while back.
While.
Yeah, as you pass where what once was as you draw away from the area, you pass Sergey sells stuff, where you see a sign out front in this very cramped little area. You pass that building and you notice there are a few patrons inside already. And as you continue along the gangway, you pass Boom Deck Beds and Bottoms Up Brewing, both of which are landmarks from where you have checked out in the past until you finally come upon the Blade's Edge.
Now-
You have to navigate through, go upstairs, cross a rope bridge, and then go back downstairs to get to this section of the gangway. And as you come out into what would be considered the open, which it's hard to say that is open, with all of the buildings just kind of built on top of one another and the gangway just kind of growing and building. For Dr. Reed and Abdul, this whole area floats. And you may or may not have seen this area. Porto Calais is the biggest port in all of Cultura. So if you were to come up north, you would have to go to Porto Calais. Half of the city is built floating on the water, and the decks that are built are lashed together with rope, and are built 2 or 3 stories tall, with just buildings built on top of one another, and it just looks like a haphazard, almost very pirate fortress kind of feel to it, where everything is just built on top of one another. Barrels are lashed together, crates are lashed together to provide some buoyancy so that these things continue to float. And as you get to the area of the Blade's Edge, it is the one building that doesn't have more built on top of it in the surrounding area. And it is all boarded up. shut down. There is no light inside. You see a notice on the door that says, "By order of the Dominion of the what is it called here?" I don't remember what it's called. The Dominion's Navy. It has a name, but I can't pull it up right now. By order of the Dominion's Navy, His Royal Majesty's Navy. This cease and desist order has been delivered. This building has been confiscated by the Dominion proper, and no admittance shall be given to anyone on these premises.
Does it
What were you
look
gonna
like
say
any
earlier?
windows on the front or anything like that?
Yeah, the windows are there. They're boarded up.
Completely
they got
boarded?
boards.
Any
No,
any
you can look
gaps?
inside.
Yeah, take a quick
can-
peek.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. Take a look inside, and you see it's hard to see inside of it because the light only filters in from the boarded up windows. But you can see some broken debris of some chairs. A thin layer of dust covers everything, so it's been like this for a little bit. And you see kind of in the middle of the room a dark spot on the ground. Your mind goes back from where Johnny lost his hand. But near that dark spot, you see a fresher, more redder spot that is very big.
He
It
lost
has
his
dried.
other one. Well,
Dr. Reed, take a look. Do a
Sure.
perception check and be
Go ahead.
like,
With Don pointing it out to you, I'd like you to roll a medicine check, please.
there you go. I like that better. Thank you. Hard to find where that is. Don't tell me. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, got the hand. Got it.
Just gonna click on the number next to
Got it. Public roll.
private roll, please.
Okay.
Whenever it is revealing information that you wouldn't normally know, it's gonna be private.
Okay.
You look in and you see it's vaguely in the shape of a body. It is definitely not a person laying in there, but the blood that is on the ground is in the shape of a body. That there was a body here at some point.
Can I see if there's drag marks?
Not from this angle. You can't really tell if there's drag marks. It almost looks like the body was picked up.
is there a lot of traffic coming through in front of the daggers?
No. Not really.
So at that point, Don would kind of, if the rest of you don't feel like breaking in here, of course, against the Dominion, I do know another spot. We could maybe do some light talking, light shopping there. It's got some alright items.
So you don't want to go here? Abdul's hands on the thing.
I have
Is
no.
there any other
business.
blood spatter analysis that you can give me?
Not from out here.
Watching a lot of true crime, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I personally have no business against going in, but I know me and you perhaps are familiar with it, but everyone else not so much. So it's up to them.
So what you're recommending?
You've been here before?
Yes.
Didn't you say this place was a safe place to talk?
Abandoned, and I mean there's no one in there. But there's
Oh.
also the potential repercussions of, going against the Dominion, if that doesn't
Did it-
tickle anyone here.
Ooh. Well, Fable, was the blood that Dr. Reed found told everybody? Or was that just something you kept to yourself?
No. Wait, I can share it. Be like, there's blood on the floor there. Is that a body? Where
Why
are we?
can't we just go back to the boat? I mean, we came here. We can always just purchase him more time to not
I don't-
leave.
We don't have time to discuss this. Can somebody just check the home, check this building, see if it's safe?
Mhm.
We'll recap.
Boom! I whipped the board off so we can
This,
get in.
Roll an athletics check to break in.
if this
Oh,
is
yeah.
any horror play that I've seen, it's a bad idea.
35. Does that do anything?
That's an acrobatics. I need an athletics check.
You know,
He
you
kick
wasted
flips off
it.
the door.
You wasted it.
Does an
Gotta
18
get
do
cocky.
anything?
You suffer
Dr.
three
Reed.
3 points of damage as you wince and you pull something as you rip that thing off.
Don't worry, Dr. Reed will fix your,
All right.
rotation,
No,
whatever.
so there's no,
I'll
hold up, I didn't whip anything off, you said I whipped something off.
Yeah, you rip the board off.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
One of the
So
boards of the windows or the board on the door.
I'll do a window.
All right, you rip that board off. You also
And
take
can I
3 points of damage.
Yeah, can I squeeze through?
Sure, you got to break the window.
What?
The window's not already broken?
There's no door here that we can just go inside.
I was
Door?
hoping.
There's a door that has a board across it, but there is a door
I
there.
was
Yes.
hoping maybe we could find something if there's any side to the building, or is it just the front and like buildings like a full front pace? Is there any like alley in between?
There are sides to it, but there is no other. You have done reconnaissance around here before,
Mm.
if you recall,
Mhm.
and there is no other entrances or exits. There is a very small there is there is a back door, but it doesn't allow access like to where you're looking at.
Mhm.
It's like to a storage area.
Noted.
So we're
I hear a lot
we're
of
set on this
shame.
place, right? We're set on this place.
I
Staying
hear a lot
here?
of Shane. What is Zag, what are you doing?
Are we?
breaking
Listen,
my
I'm
immersion,
asking a
Zag.
question. I'm
You're
asking a
breaking
question.
my
Are we
immersion,
staying?
Zag.
If
I'm
we
gonna punch you.
if we didn't want to be
Do-
here, we could always go to South
Yes.
Seashells. I mean,
It-
that's my
no.
other offer. It's an interesting place. I can get information.
We're here.
Blood
We're
on the floor
here.
there as well.
Alright.
We could have went to the ship, but we're staying here, right? All right, cool.
When in Port of
Um,
Calais, spend time on Port of Calais. If you wanted to be on a boat, we should have just sailed more, my friend.
Don, don't make me hurt you.
Listen,
This guy
I've been here
was doing
before.
so much
I have some
talking outside
catching
of
up
the
to
building.
do.
Do we even
That's
need
what
a
I'm
building at
saying.
all?
Zag's gonna go up to the door and like 1 inch punch the door open on all the
That's
boards
open
off.
noise, you damn fool! Don't. Ah, God.
Shouting tomorrow. What do you want me to roll?
Roll an attack.
Don also did ask if everyone's
Uh,
okay with going against the Dominion. So, yeah, we're doing it.
What's the difference?
Actually, don't even roll an attack. Roll an athletics check.
A million.
Better be.
You kick open the door, bust the board off the edges. As you kick open a door, a thick waft of dust goes everywhere inside and kind of comes outside as well. And you,
I do the let's go, everybody in, yes, and whatever boards are on the outside of the out front of the door, I want to pick them all up and take them inside with me and close the door.
There's no door.
He said I hit it open.
no, he knocked it open. He didn't
Oh,
hit
knock it off
it
the
with
hinges.
such
Like,
force to
we're
blow it off the
destroying
hinges.
And that's because
No.
we all go in.
No,
close
he
the door.
busted the board,
Mhm.
but the door itself is fine.
Yes.
You close the door behind you. It is dimly lit inside here, so anybody without dark vision or low light vision cannot see.
I have low light, I believe.
Can I have
I have no
rolls?
vision. I'm completely. It's so dark. I can't even
Unless
see the torch.
unless somebody has a torch or
I have dark vision. I could just do a perception check real quick.
Doesn't help, does it?
Or do wait, somebody's got a torch. Someone's got a torch of like never like fading.
Yes.
I'm
Do
not gonna
that.
do that. Yet. I'm not gonna do that yet.
All right, I'm rolling a perception check.
All right. What
Go
are we
ahead.
talking about?
Ow.
We need.
22.
We need a game plan.
I get
there's nothing inside.
Are we fatigued?
Movements. No.
No, you slept through the night.
But
And then
did we
you-
get there at night.
Yeah, but you knew it was coming. You had 3 days
Oh.
of rest before you knew.
I'm gonna say we were on a boat for like a month.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
No, about a week and a half. But yeah. Um,
We ain't got a
Um,
report yet.
We
An 8 year-
hey, the dog's out. That's cool.
oh. Yeah, we have to take a break here, guys.
all right, gentlemen, and ladies, we'll take a break. We'll be back here.
and welcome back. As you guys, Zag, look around this area. It is empty. There is no sign of life in this area except for maybe a few flies and a curious rat in the back. You can kind of, with that perception check, you can kind of like hear maybe some pitter patter movement in the back. But this place is long abandoned. You gather.
No drug deals.
I'm gonna help Zag. Abdul's gonna go over and start like boarding up the windows and like not boarding up, but like boarding the door that just broke, so we have some more like
Cover.
Mhm.
yeah. He's going back to his old roots.
Okay.
We're securing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you the door is already shut. You put a couple of chairs in front of it so that there's
Yeah. And
No
I put it
issues
underneath
there.
The door.
mhm.
Don, unless you're gonna say something, Jesse. You
I
look
was
like
gonna
you were
say
going to.
Zag, check the other rooms.
I would say
So
Don
we
was
can
gonna go
get-
through a quick walk
Copy
through
that.
the back of it too.
Just
You
somebody have
guys-
a bloody torch.
We
Oh,
have to
Dr.
wait.
Reed is
Mm.
absolutely fine.
Just
We
that.
have to wait.
Hold on, I can
Sit by the
No,
window, you'll
don't
be fine.
have.
No.
I've.
No,
Don't.
we're not
do
lighting a
nothing.
fire. Raya,
Cast fireball.
put your hand down. I'm gonna bite it off.
He's mid.
As he's saying that, I'm just looking at
I
him,
go and bite his arm off. Ah!
and I'm just like, as like you see my fingers just slowly extend, and as they come out, dancing lights come out of it.
Just keep him away from
As
the window.
dancing lights come out, it illuminates a massive. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're about to get got right here, right now,
Yeah.
dude. What the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah.
The mouth of something.
Yeah, this gaping maw of a beholder.
The whole building's a mimic.
I pull my pants up.
You guys see little.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
No, you cast dancing lights. Several globules of lights fill the room, and Dr. Reed, you can see plainly. A thin layer of dust covers everything. You look over to the bar area. This used to be some sort of tavern. You look over to the bar area, and most of everything has been cleaned out. There are a couple of bottles of what you easily recognize as like super cheap alcohol that nobody would really want. They have just a little bit left in the bottle. I would say that they're probably in total there are probably 3, and each of them have like in grand total you can get maybe 1 bottle of alcohol out of all 3 of these.
Shot.
Curdled milk.
Yeah, there is in the other rooms there is an empty storage room that has like a couple of busted crates that used to have food in them. It stinks of mold, and as soon as you open the door, Don, like rats scurry and go everywhere. Don, Zag, as you go into the other room, which seems to be like some sort of almost reminiscent of Quincy's. It seems to be like a VIP area, but there are no decorations. Everything is gone. You can see outlines of pictures that used to hang on the walls. Everything has just been taken away. The only thing that's left are a collection of really old furniture that nobody really wanted.
It's a
For
shame.
the most part, the place is clear.
Place is clear.
All right. Oh, where the room I'm at, I'm gonna tell everybody to come in here. Like where it's just a VIP area.
Yeah, there's a long table, long oval shaped like dining room table, that has about 8 chairs. Has 8 chairs all around them. None of the chairs actually sit flat on the ground, so every one of you are kind of doing like this.
Abdul's gonna be the last one to walk in. He's still by the front door, and looking outside, looking with the lights, like constantly looking. And then everyone walks in that back room after hearing Zag. He pulls out a little like scarf or something, not really scarf, but like little piece of strap, like cloth, and he starts brushing it as he walks back. I don't know if anyone sees that, but Abdul's just doing that so that the dust on the ground is not a pathway of all these footsteps.
Okay, you Dust it off. All this time, all this is going by. Does Dr. Reed want to examine that before you guys actually go into the back room? Does Dr. Reed want to examine that closely? That where that body once laid, or is she kind of like, oh yeah, there's a body once here?
Pass and
You can do another medicine check if you're still interested. If you're not interested, then leave it be.
unfortunate fellow. And she continues to walk.
Okay, so you guys all collect back into the back room, where, for the first time in a while, there seems to be a bit of a breath.
Who checks his pulse? Reads.
Right. Well, shall we address the elephant in the room?
Are you
What's
going
an
to kill
elephant?
us, Uriah?
He got right
No,
to
I'm
it.
not going to kill you. I'm not even
Are
a
you gonna-
bad guy.
Are you gonna
What?
suck the blood out of us too?
I'm
I-
just kidding.
I
Would,
look toward Zag.
That was a joke.
Maybe. What?
What was the? What did you do when you walked into the room? Do you remember? I was farther back. I didn't see anything. I walked into this thing standing there and being blood sucked out. What happened?
What room are we talking about? I've been in several rooms in my life.
The bazaar?
The shop, the bazaar.
Do you remember getting off the boat?
Oh, was that guy's
Do I
name?
remember getting
I
off the
know
boat,
him.
Judah?
if you could just tell us your recollection
You-
of that.
You remember.
Getting
You
on a boat.
remember hearing the call. You remember the boat coming into the harbor. You remember everything up to the will check.
Okay.
And then
Do I
after
remember
that,
rubbing the lamp?
nope. Oh,
So-
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So how
Remember-
how you got there is not in your mind, but you were there when the lamp rubbed and all that.
It's
So basically, I was at the boat. We got to the dock. I was in the shop rubbing the lamp. That's pretty much it.
no, it's not like a hard gap. You can see kind of glimpses of yourself. Your head is swimming, like your tunnel vision. You knew that you had to get to where Ackland was calling you. So you remember heading to where Ackland was calling you.
Okay.
Would Dr. Reed know who Aquan was by now?
No. I don't know. Does she?
None of us
Did I
know
explain it
except
to them?
for-
I don't think so.
Did
I don't
you?
think I ever explained it to you guys.
Only one that knows
So-
is Don.
I got
Don's
you.
the only one who knows.
Correct.
So, so you explained to us that like you were trying to get to somebody.
Oh, dang. So I have to explain everything to them now, don't I?
Yes.
That's crazy. Frick, I don't even know how to explain it to myself, let alone other people.
You don't have to. Sum it up.
I remember getting off the boats, and I know I had to get the last piece. And so I went and I got the last piece
Well,
from the
that's what you want.
shopkeeper.
Who
Of
has the Ackland's vessel right now?
Kitty man.
of my vessel.
In my bag. I have
The,
that and other things.
The
Can we take it out and look at it?
the lamp.
So you still have it.
You get the impression that you probably, while this space is a nice respite to get some answers, to examine the lamp and what exactly is going on, you would all feel much more comfortable on the ship, on the gravestone.
Okay. Well.
So that thought comes into your mind, but then you all kind of share a look to one another, like, "Hey, let's not summon another thing here. Let's wait until we're on the gravestone."
Agreed.
Fair.
So we can summon it over the ocean. Smart.
So, hold up. You had a lamp
as you look at, I'll say, as it formed the last piece, it took the until as you were piecing it together, it took the form of kind of like very old school genie lamp, kind of Atlanta's lamp type of thing. But as you put the last piece on, it shone brightly and it almost reformed to look. It looked more like a teapot, something like this,
Nice.
with a long top and a long spout.
It's the thing that's in Aladdin lamp that he says, "Oh, it's junk," and he throws behind him.
That's funny.
That's pretty good.
my boy.
So wait a second. You had a lamp, and that was Aquin that was calling to you.
Aye.
What did the creature, now that I know there's a lamp involved, what did the creature look like?
Not a lamp.
This is serious.
Sorry.
People died.
What did the djinn look like?
I'm going to jail.
You mean Aquin?
It was not Aquin. You unleashed a djinn. You unleashed a genie. You fool.
Genie.
Does Uriah know what a genie is?
I think
We'll say we'll know. Uriah knows. Uriah knows as much as Massimo knows of what a genie is. Genies
Okay.
give spectacular wishes. They're fantastic. I'll say I don't know what Massimo knows, so I'm gonna say Uriah knows that genies can grant wishes. They are mystical beings, magical beings that grant wishes. Up until you met Aquin, you thought they were just myth, but then you getting magical powers and then all of this magic coming back and everything, you just assumed, yeah, okay, genies exist too. Okay, yep, cool.
see.
I don't know much about genies.
That's a two.
But what I
Apparently
do
more than the rest of
know,
us.
what I do know, genies are nice. He didn't even have like
What?
he didn't even like the genie didn't even like genies grants wishes. Genies.
No, you damn fool! They are not nice. They're tricksters. They hate humans. What? What?
Why would any being, Uriah, give you three?
He. Oh wait, does Uriah know this? Stop me if Uriah doesn't know this. He is at least I think he is. He's like Aquin. He's like of Azar. He I don't know how to. He's like a warrior from the Vizar War.
And he betrayed them.
As far as I'm. Oh yeah, Joe probably knows more than I do.
Don
Who?
speaks up and says that
Don,
he betrayed
Don.
them.
Thank you. My immersion, please.
Right. He visited me before. A few times. From what I could tell, he hates Aquin. I don't really know why. But I guess he's mad that I follow her instead of him.
Oh,
He said he was supposed to be my teacher.
So was it him or was it Aquin this whole time who is guiding you to recreate the lamp pot?
I don't know anymore. Every time I would talk to Aquin, she would tell me to free her. And when I went to go and get the last piece, I could hear Aquin's voice. It wasn't his voice.
So get this straight. The being that gave you your powers told you to go find these pieces, right? Stop me where I'm wrong. Then we come here and you were drawn to this thing, and it turned out it wasn't Aquan the entire time. So, do you even know who Aquan is?
Or that is who Aquan is.
Well, his
'Cause
depiction of Aquin was real, at least from what I saw.
Hmm.
She did exist next to
Wait
the
a
man
second.
and my Menorah, or
You
who I'm
said
now looking for, Menorah.
you said you've seen them. Did he look the same?
GM looked the same, right? Just bald, but without the shackles. With the shackles.
He doesn't have the gold. He shouldn't be wearing the gold armor, is he?
bald.
He was dressed in rags as he was unleashed. In a raggedy robe, bald head with scars all over his, pretty much all over his body, all over his face and his head. Not really his face, but all over his head and going back down his neck. When his arms lifted up, though, there was just a section of right around where the bracers had once been, where there is like almost tattooed and scarred
Mm-hmm.
just symbolism there, although you guys didn't get a chance to see what the symbolism was.
But
We're
when
asking.
my vision of the Vizar, when I saw him, did he look pretty much the same? Was he still bald? Was he in chains? Was he...
Less scarred, but yes. And in your vision, he always stood next to Aquin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty much, he looked the same, just a lot less scars. Must have been whatever locked him away.
What type of jinn could he possibly be? What you unleashed
Wait a second.
the tricksters. They seek and they like to torment people.
More than that, this one is. You said he had like chains, like he was
Bracers.
imprisoned? Like he was imprisoned himself. Sounds like you did him a favor.
Uriah has a running theory right now. When he would wait, did we see him like fighting the people?
Yes, I've explained
We
it to you.
heard the
multiple times.
scream.
Okay. When he would like absorb their chakra, this is gonna be a like chakra frick. Chicane.
No dibs on Nanji.
That's crazy.
From here on out,
Um,
it's the chakra.
dang it.
We would be sick.
This is yeah. This is gonna be this is just a random spitball here. When he absorbed their chicane, did he regain any of his gold armor back? Like just like pieces, bits and pieces.
Not that you could see.
Good idea, though.
Because I think Joe's.
I
Um,
mean, Joe's got something up here.
it's
Joe's got the brain.
it's just a thought, but I don't think he's at his full power. Because whenever I would see him, he was dressed in gold garb and armor and very like just everything gold. But when he came out the lamp, he was in rags. So I think we need to figure out a way to stop him before he gets.
I
Time
don't
out.
know a
Time
way to stop him.
Or to get back there.
There's there. First of all, where was there? We were here, and then it was hot, and then
Oh,
where
that
were
was
we?
what- well, I'm from. It's magical.
We
You
were on
guys
the dock
don't
for like
like
20 minutes.
you guys don't like these magical items and things, but over there that's how it is. That's the
Zag would know what a portal is. He just doesn't know that he walked through one. Because Zag would have had to go through a portal to get from Culture Prime to Culture Minor.
All right.
There's also a
I mean,
baby when that
we
happens.
can't do anything about it.
True.
I mean, he's worlds away. Might as well. But do you think he'll come for you?
I think so.
I think so too. Why wouldn't he?
I
It
don't-
seems like he has something special planned for you, Uriah. He's not done with you, or else he would have killed you.
But I feel like that's the least of our worries.
That's the least of our
Couldn't-
worries.
We still
I look at
have
Uriah.
we still have the matter of the towers.
Yeah, guys, what we had? Is this like a common theme? Like we didn't even finish the other half of this other mission, and we did this. Like we
Hey,
Mission.
we
What do
there's
you
a
think?
nearly.
I don't understand. Common thing of half of a mission. This is what we're doing, but a hiccup in the road of life, journey. It's not.
What Abdul is saying. He likes to get existential.
It's not quests. We're not going around picking quests up.
Abdul, take
No,
your
but-
hoodie down. You will be less angsty.
what I'm saying is, you guys picked up the job from Lady Violet to help us take back the dual towers.
And I propose we continue with that.
And I need to finish that quest because me and Dr. Reed need to put my friend on the throne. I was gonna say Iron Throne. On the throne.
Not if he's dead. But we can't
Ye-
wear ourselves with that.
Ugh.
What, Zach? Get it all out.
That's a bigger problem now in Dual Towers. He just took out a whole city.
Go find him.
Look
Where's
like-
he at?
What's with this hostility? I'm
Right.
scared. I'm scared. We just unleashed something on people that did nothing wrong. Well,
No,
I don't
they
know.
did plenty wrong. They did plenty wrong.
All I'm saying, calm down there. Your hair's
They
frizzed out.
deserve death, Zach. You don't know them.
But
I've seen them put innocent people to death. I've seen them put my friends to death. For just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. They're mages, they're wizards, they all deserve to death. It's not we helped innocent. No, they deserve to die. What's this being that Uriah brought out? That kind of sucks. And you really need to work on that. Because he's gonna kill you because he wants to kill you. And you need to be strong enough to fight him. But the casualties were okay.
So you're saying the casualties of the surrounding other cities and that continent are okay?
I
That's
did
what
not
you're
say the
saying.
continent. I said that city.
I say that morality should not be left to homicidal maniac. But we have a job to do. We should continue doing that.
I have to
agree.
talk to Lady Violet first.
About what? About this being?
No, I
to
wouldn't
let
mention
her
it.
know
Let's see how things
what's
shake out.
coming her way.
You don't think she has enough? It's on another side of the world. You don't think she has enough to deal with? In fact, your kingdom can't even withstand itself.
I'm sorry. I look at Uriah because no one else is a mage here but Uriah, right? Do mages have a way of like coming here faster or going wherever they want, whenever they
mean,
want?
Let me ask you this. We just went through a blank door and ended up on the other side of the world. I think at this point anything is possible.
Exactly. So he could show up here whenever he wants. I have to let Violet.
Well, I think he's under the same. I don't know how Uriah would explain this without sounding meta.
Sound meta.
Do it.
There's a certain line of magic that comes with each person or person that you follow, I guess. So like Aquin, I have water powers. And so when you follow a certain person, you're able to do certain spells. But only those certain spells. You know, if I followed Aquin, I can do water. That doesn't mean I can go and turn this dirt into a gold block. You know, I'd have to learn from whoever does that magic. So as far as I know, he can't just teleport wherever he wants.
You're also not learning from Aquin. You have innate magic through your bloodline.
Right.
You are a magical being.
That's how
You're not-
Uriah would explain, though, because
Okay.
Uriah doesn't know.
Okay.
Right. He understands.
How does
I
that
feel like-
come from Aquin?
Don, I
Aquin's
sent you a
just
DM.
Yeah.
I just don't want the queen
Yes.
to be blindsided
Mhm.
by something else. On top of already that we she has to deal with. She needs to know.
I do agree with you. You should probably warn her. But if that changes, that the dwarves don't want to help, or for some reason now they want to go off this crusade, and then it's going to be not just simple like job. It's gonna be a longer job. Don't do it. That's not the goal for me. What's the purpose? Why?
I don't understand anything you just said. What the hell did you just mean? What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that, I don't want you to talk to her and her to say, "Oh, we want to go kill this magical genie and kill this thing," and then we don't have no idea, and then I have to stay longer.
I also agree. I think
We
we
need
should
the
keep
dwarves
this.
to help. That's
We
what's the
don't
mission.
know. We don't know what the ramifications of this will be, so it's best in our self-preservation interest of self-preservation, let's say, to keep this to ourselves,
I agree. If it comes to our
so
continent,
we're not blamed.
if it comes to our
Exactly.
continent, then we can worry about it.
I
But
will
for
not
now,
be blamed for this.
That is a very good point.
Very good.
You guys are also forgetting the fact that like this continent doesn't like magic.
I know.
So
more
if
people to
we
go after him.
could get anybody or anything prepared with anti-magic stuff, just on the off chance that he just decides he finishes feeding off that continent, comes over here, that we're prepared.
Do I know
As
about the
the-
Birdman? And
What?
the Inquisition?
Yeah.
I was-
Yeah, you know about the Birdman and the
Don was gonna
Inquisition.
speak up. I'm sure the Inquisition
for it.
has enough
You mean-
already.
You mean aligning ourselves with somebody else?
It's the same people that tortured and was after
Did those
Uriah.
words come out of my mouth? No. All I'm talking about is Lady Violet. Obviously, Inquisition, Lady Violet don't mix. I ain't
But
talking
didn't
about them.
Johnny say that she was a part of it?
Why would Johnny say that?
He did say that.
He thought that. He wasn't sure 100%, but it was a theory of
Above
his.
table. Did he say that to the party or did he say that just to John?
No, he
It
said
was-
that to the party, except Zag was not there.
Yeah. He also you guys also uncovered evidence that like she has admitted that she used to be part of the Inquisition.
hmm
Like when it first formed. She from her own mouth.
How do you just leave an institution like that, though? There's no
Zag.
use
All
to be
this
part
is-
of anything.
all that is news to Zag.
hmm
Why
pretty
would
sure it was
Johnny
big
say
with
that
Falco,
about the
but-
queen?
That's a different character.
First
Why
of
would he
all,
say that?
Zag, she admitted while you were there that she used to work for them. I'm not saying that this is. We have no evidence, but do you trust Johnny?
He's not here, so no.
Okay, then do what you want.
You think
Oh,
our
But you
goblin?
could be doing the same. Like you could be falling into a play.
What? I don't understand. What sort of play? Do you think Lady Violet is off to the dual towers for her own purpose and that she's out to get us?
No,
get-
but
to
for
get
her own
power, to
purpose,
kill people?
absolutely. To get power, yes. To kill people, that's power.
That is how
Oh.
you get power. I agree.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, cause you're not gonna talk about the lady who gave us goblins a job and a chance, and she's possibly in the wrong. I'm
Well-
not gonna take that.
This is my
I
lady.
want you to think for yourself, Zag, and stop serving someone for their own means. Do what you think is right.
I will.
People have done.
And Abdul goes, I think it's best we get to the ship then.
I agree.
This place
All right,
can't
now
go to-
unbarricade us from this godforsaken place.
It's just a chair. It's no problem.
I
like
don't
how-
want to get my hands dirty.
I just like how we're now going back to the ship when that was my first opinion, my first offer, but whatever. It's fine.
Well, the game master said go to the ship. So,
I
This is true. This is true.
as I'm gonna turn around and walk backwards. So Uriah, you're not going to pull out another lamp and be like, "Give me some wishes." What the fool? I'm gonna unbarricade the thing and open the door.
before
As you open the door,
I reach for another lamp. no,
No, before I do it, I want to grab the thing and stop, turn around and say, "What was you going to wish for?"
Aquin's not a genie.
It's a lamp. It is a genie. What are you going to wish for?
I think he means is what you stand to gain. Reuniting with
Answers.
Aquin.
Answers.
What's in it for you?
Answers.
One wish. Answers.
I
Second
wish you
wish.
shut your big mouth.
I'd
Second
wish for
wish.
money. Dr. Reed heads toward the door.
Zach, what would you wish for? I'm gonna open the door. Move the chair now.
Zach would not respond. He's very he's in the hard thinking phase.
Uh-oh.
He's still thinking. Don.
Dawn would actually be held back before we leave that room. Dawn wants to do one final search in that back VIP almost room because I know of course they moved out in a hurry. Maybe there's loose leaf papers or something that was left of anything that happened here before they cleared out.
as you do a cursory glance over the area, everything seems to be taken out. Your eyes though linger. Maybe it's just a gut level feeling on the pool of blood at the middle of the main room. Pool of dried blood.
You just like me for real.
Dr. Reed, as she's walking toward the front, she also looks
You can
down.
perform a medicine check as well, Don, if you'd
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, there you go.
Whose child is that?
I'd also be turning down the lights one by one as we leave.
Medicine. Ugh. It's blood.
Dr. Reed had to spy through a glass. You're there looking at it. It looks like somebody was killed here and was picked up by the authorities, put on a stretcher, and left. That's why there is no trail of blood. So this is almost like a murder scene, and you infer that that's why it was shut down, is because there was a murder here.
Yeah.
Classy.
And noticing
Murder.
as we come out, noticing our tracks
Murder.
are gone. Don kind of agrees. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe not. Let's not notice that anyone came into a murder scene.
I'll say, let me see what you've got here. You can also hero point that to get if you'd like to get the rest of the story.
I'll hold on to my last one for now. I got people I can talk to for that.
Okay.
I like it. But no, for real though, I wish that you would just have left it like that. It looks like someone was murdered here.
Yes.
I didn't roll that low, alright? Give me a little
Yeah.
bit.
Nearly at a 4, at a nat 4. I'm trying to give you everything I can, but it's just
Don will go talk. Don's got ways.
All right, so you guys are heading as you open up the doors, and the dust kind of wafts again. The morning light trickles in. It is now probably 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. It has now been several hours since you ran out of the ship, saying, "Hey, give us a couple hours."
Oh no. Oh no. I hope they waited. They're drunk.
Now, before we go back to the ship, this is something Joe needs to know. How do we feel about coming off the ship back on land, back on Port of Calais, or is it like once we're on the ship, we're ready to go to Freeport? How is it?
You're once you're on the ship, you guys are going to leave. The ship is like exiting the area.
Mhm.
So if there's anything else that you'd like to do now, would
Don's
be
gonna
the
split
time
from
to
the
do it.
party. Hate to do
You're
it,
gonna
but-
go what? Sergey sells
Sal's.
stuff.
Sal's how
Sal
she
doesn't
sells.
have a Sal doesn't have a place
He
here.
doesn't have a. Where's the she sells? Was that
That's Almara. You're in Portugal.
Almar? Oh.
You have Sergey
Ooh,
sells stuff.
Sergey. You see, I don't know
You
Sergey
got
that
the
well.
B-rate store or you got the good store.
Everything is it is Disney, not Disney. It's Disney.
Well, let Sergey keep his
Disney?
secrets.
Well, it's
Back to the
Disney.
ship.
It's Datney.
Disney. Back to the ship.
Let's get on
Back to the ship.
Port leaves us.
All right.
We need a pillow.
As you
with
see
somewhere to
Abdul like in the back room, like he's like tense and like very like gah like up and like yelling and all this other stuff, and then he's leaving and like he's making jokes. It's like it's left. Like he's very. That's just Abdul. Your guys get that sense. He's very like
As we're
He's
exiting,
not holding a grudge.
yeah.
as we're exiting,
as-
anyone keeping,
holding
anyone
on.
noticing our exit in particular, anyone keeping earnest watch.
There is Don notices an intent set of eyes glaring at him from a nearby post. Perched on top of that post is a pelican.
Who is it?
So is the
Pelican. Oh,
birds.
pelican.
So is the birds.
Birds.
Pelican. Oh, that's gonna be my next bird. I'm gonna be a pelican. Uriah's gonna be a pelican. I mean, not Uriah. Woodstock's gonna be a pelican.
Dummy.
Don just takes
Funny.
notes and carries on. Nothing.
he takes
You
nuts.
guys,
Mm-hmm.
you guys head back to the ship then in relative silence. And as
Your ways
you
over that.
as you get back onto the ship, the first thing that you notice as you get there, the ship is still docked there. And as you get back onto the ship, Richard, the first mate, greets you. Oh, hey guys, you're kind of late. As
Sure.
the breeze picks up and this heavy, salty air kind of comes across the ship, there are deckhands that are, working, swabbing down the ship. But it is almost like a lazy morning for them.
They're hungover.
Was a long night of
That's what she said.
Well, the captain got tired of waiting for you. He's in his cabin. He's probably drunk, but you're gonna need to let him know that it's okay to go on. And tread lightly. He just walks away.
I look at Don. I think then you should handle this.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
It's the
You're
least
his
favorite.
favorite.
It's the least
He
favorite of
loves
my
you.
my
And you're
work.
really the most convincing.
Yeah. Hard to convince a drunk as he walks off towards the.
I'll go. I'll help. I'll help. If it gets physical, I'll be there with you.
Get
I'll help.
physical. Not
That-
Charles.
Physical.
As Abdul's walking with you, Abdul's gonna be like, so, how do you get one of these? And I like tug at the coat. These fine coats. I see it makes you do some things.
Gain the trust of Captain, and everything just sort of falls in place.
Like as he says that, I want to be close to the door. Like enough time went by, close to the door. And then Abdul's gonna open the door up.
Don's gonna
then,
nod
like,
and let you go first.
show
Like,
him
Don's
something.
gonna give you the first go ahead. Like, if
Oh,
you wanna
shit.
prove your trust.
What's he don't like? I'm holding the door handle. What's he don't like?
Annoying people.
Haha, this should be
Sometimes
fun.
just people.
Have fun.
I'm a cat.
Dr.
And I
Reed.
open the door and I go in. That's cause
Abdul,
Guthrie just waits outside the door, recoding
Abdul,
the blade.
does a 30 hit you?
Hold on. It's if it matches. No, I
Meets
guess
it, beats it.
Beats it.
Yeah.
You suffer 8 points of damage as a boot comes and smacks you right in the face. A boot
God.
comes flying through. Wham! Colcocks you right in the face as the door opens. I told you to leave me alone.
I'm.
Don's just gonna put a hand on your shoulder and then step forward. We're just here to let you know we're good to leave, Captain. As Don just kind of pats you on the shoulder.
Closer.
All of the candles, all the shades are drawn. All the candles are out. It is pitch black in this room. You can't see anything. Well, you can. You have dark vision, so you can see like in grayscale, like the outline of the room, and you can see at the desk is a man flipping something in between his fingers.
Why do you have to throw a boot at me? And I'm wiping the tears out of my eyes.
I have another one.
Yeah, take this one back, and I just throw it at him. God dang! And I just not throw it at him.
You
Just
throw it, and Don, you can see easily it just poof on the other side of the room. The curtains kind of rustle a bit.
God dang! Oh, you are really good at this.
Shut the door. Come in and shut the door.
My tail
Very bad door.
shuts the door.
Say again, Jessica. What?
I said, bye-bye, boys.
You close the door behind you. Total darkness.
Send up the music.
Smite.
George, I'm gonna
level
need you to
9.
roll initiative.
Smite level 9.
Listen,
Ugh. Funny.
Do you think I am stupid?
No? May I sit?
He motions in the darkness.
I really can't see you, to be honest with you.
yes, he's offered a seat.
Boom! I hit the chair. I found it.
Business is the most important part of my life, he says. Hanging on the last, where he says life, it just, the period kind of just sits there in the air. Whenever my business is interrupted, I start to be annoyed, disappointed. You do not want to disappoint me, do you?
I don't think Don really wants to disappoint you, and I can speak for
I
myself.
am not talking to you. You are not part of my team.
Of course not.
Now, I give you a certain amount of freedom to conduct your business as you see fit, and I give you bonuses and I give you boons here as part of my crew. You have the cloak, you have access to my network, you have tons of information at your fingertips at any time. And yet, in our relationship, our business together, I cannot help but feel like I am constantly getting the short end of the stick, as if you do not respect my business.
What would we have done to bring this on?
You told me to wait for you for a few hours. It has been 4 hours.
Can we just... How much is a few? 2... Could be 2, it could be 4.
You speak again and I will take your tongue out.
tongue. I'm gonna use that. That's pretty funny.
We ran a little over.
I heard about what happened to the bazaar. I can only assume that that is your doing, seeing as though I know you have contacts there. And because of that, I can only assume, because you are involved, that someone, perhaps, may have seen you wearing my cloak. Do not drag me into your business, Don. I do not drag you into mine. If you drag me into your business, we shall have a very different relationship. You are dismissed.
That's why we went to the pub.
What did I say would happen?
Don grabs
Abdul,
him by like the shoulder and like joinks him
No.
up and heads towards the
No, no.
door. Like
Abdul's going to still like say it. That's why we went to the tavern first.
The
That was-
Dagger's Edge.
It was Don's call. To keep the stench away from you as much as possible.
So you've seen the handiwork of your friend.
who exactly?
It would appear my contacts, you really underutilize the cloak that I gave you, Don. Because if you did use it, you would know that Johnny was here 2 weeks ago, where he killed Caden and took back his hand.
Holy crap.
Unfortunately, the incident left him rather exposed without all of his friends there to back him up. And he ran, and the Dominion seems to be after him in full force now.
Can Dr. Reed be on the other side of the door, like totally just stopping? Like,
Yeah,
please.
totally. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like when you said Johnny has his hand back, she was like doing her dagger, and then you just hear it.
Abdul's his eyes.
I thought Johnson was dead. I didn't expect him to return anytime soon.
Well, several eyewitnesses say that it was, in fact, the man who traveled with me before. I can only assume they mean the one-handed man, that is.
I only know
I can only
a
assume
few
they mean
one-handed
Johnny.
men.
Sure, but only one that is no longer traveling with me now. No longer a part of my consortium.
Mhm.
Didn't know about them? He was just a crew member, didn't you? They did pay for their travels. It's not a big deal.
Again, it wouldn't be, but I like to keep tabs on everyone who has vendetta against Lance Mayer.
We killed him. We found out that he was a problem, and we killed him. We buried his body.
You're talking about Johnny?
Yeah, because we buried.
I
As
and then
need
we had
you-
to-
I need you to roll a diplomatic check to lie, or deception check to lie.
So as you say that, Don just kind of like his throat like clenches a bit.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Yeah, you better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
better
I wouldn't get too excited.
It's darkness.
It's a win run it.
I hope he. Here,
You
there's
in the darkness, you feel quick movement enough where Abdul instinctively you push back in your chair. I take a distance, quick movement.
I was standing.
Don.
He picked me up.
Don, you. Oh yeah, you're standing. You take involuntarily, then you take a step back. Don, you notice the form stand. That was the quick movement.
Mm.
Now, who do I trust? My own constituents, or the catfolk who has done nothing but bullshit me ever since I first met him?
I'm just telling you what to tell the authorities. That the
I did
group
not-
known as the Sirius Six killed Johnny, and we can tell them where the body is. You're just a ship owner, a captain. From point A to point B, you don't ask questions. At least that's what we pay you for. And you hear a sack of coins hit the table. The same sack from I got that I never looked at from when we ran from the.
Don, you watch his eyes barely noticeable in your dark vision. Look down at the sack and look
Now
back
hold
up.
As I throw the sack, I miss the table completely. I have no idea what I did. Oh shoot!
He looks down at the floor, looks back up. I do not trust you, cat folk. Especially because there are people asking about you. Powerful people. People I do not wish to have dealings with. Whether they are pissed off or not, I do not care. But I wish them not to know me. So, I will take your offer, and I will say this. Do not make waves for me. Do not make problems. Otherwise, our deal will come under the same scrutiny as Don and I's deal. You are dismissed. He sits back down.
I'm leaving. I'm good.
As we turn to leave, Dawn kind of like relaxes a bit because even Dawn was starting to get stressful with the talks of Johnny in front of him.
You guys exit. As you exit, Dr. Rita's like, oh.
So are we leaving? Are leaving soon?
When Captain decides.
As you look at each other, Zag,
You can go
and
out. You can talk to. You can ask him yourself. Who's gonna laugh and walk the other way?
Zag and Uriah are still on deck.
Zach would have separated from Uriah.
Okay.
That's crazy, the amount of racism that came from that one statement.
You guys all, even Zag, you still want answers, and you get the impression that somewhere down deep in the hold would be a good place to take another look at that lamp.
Uriah, you lead the way.
Before, like, I would have, like, Zag would have ran up to, like, the crow's nest once he got on the ship. And once he saw them go out into the captain's quarter, all that, when that was going on, he'd go up to the crow's nest, kick the guy out that's in the crow's nest, if he's in there, and take out a sending stone. And send a message to Lady Violet.
Okay. What do you say?
You
What,
could say,
what exactly, like, once we take Dual Towers, what's the plan after that?
you sit up in the crow's nest, your hand clutching on the sending stone. You know she's a busy woman, but you look at the sending stone and you will her to give a response in a timely manner. You beg in your mind, where is she? Please just hear this and dissuade my mind, you know? And as you clutch on this sending stone, seconds turn to minutes. Crow's nest is empty and the breeze comes through, the salt breeze. You hear bells ring in the distance of ships coming in, ships going out. And you take a moment and you mentally kind of give up. And as you mentally kind of give up, close your eyes and shake your head, you can feel the stone vibrate slightly. And you open your eyes and it lights up. A message comes back. Just as Abdul and Don come back onto the deck, you get a reply. The reply is, now, Zag, I hope that what you are experiencing is nothing too dangerous. But I have faith in you that whatever comes your way, you'll be able to handle it with the help of my friends, the Sirius Six. Now, Dual Towers is important because lives are being lost each and every day to try to keep a very undefensible location defended. There are enemies on all sides of us right now. And to be honest, I just want one side well defended that I don't have to think about. And that's how it ends.
All right. He'd see them walking out, and he would just hop down and follow them.
Can I make a check to see if Zag's around?
Yeah, Zag. Yeah, when you walk out, like literally feet down off of the crow's nest.
Abdul shakes his head. That's it.
All right. Are you heading down to take an examine this lamp?
Yep.
Okay.
So, these are what I grabbed. I pull out the journal with no coin in it. And I pull out the lamp. Put the lamp on.
You guys see this teapot as it comes out of the bag. It looks different than what hung around your neck for so long there, Uriah. It is different form. It is older, made of brass, but no longer shiny. It seems like unassuming, almost. There is detailed work in the brass, almost like a mural. And Don, as you look at it, where are you? Where are you guys, by the way? Are you guys like down in the hold? Are you in one of your rooms?
I say we're in a room. That's
Yeah,
my vote.
somewhere private where we can lock the door. Have control
Okay.
over it.
And is the door locked then? Okay.
Absolutely.
As you look at this teapot, almost this massive brass, I say massive, it's only about yay big. The lid is actually pretty long. It comes out like this, and then the spout and the handle that comes off. It's fairly decent size. It's decent enough size that you could clip it to your belt, and it would smack up against your leg if you were running. But it's not like so big that you have to carry it. And Don, you notice kind of in this like dirtied brass, there is a mural not unlike what is on your harp.
Mhm.
Does Dr. Reed notice him like looking at it?
Well, you all are looking at it,
Oh.
Um,
but Don is the only one who makes a connection that it's very similar to his harp.
Yeah, terrible.
Lord. I've seen something like the mural on it before, but the shape of it and the make of it is.
But does your mural tell a story on your harp?
You could say it's a story in progress, or hope not one completed. And at that, Don would take out the harp and show his mural.
As you take out the harp, you notice like one of the strings on the harp play itself. Kind of this humming sound reverberates where the lamp is, and the lamp begins to just reverberate ever so slightly, almost like there's a reaction to both.
Fascinating. Perhaps the harp is how this being was imprisoned.
Well, maybe Minora, the person whose harp this once was, and who we hope Aquin, this pot belonged to. They were close, at least from what I saw in the vision I saw.
Oh. Any good warrior would have even a way to incapacitate their closest friend.
I look at Dr. Reed.
What? It's just some mere observation.
I just like glance over, glance back at the thing. Huh.
At that, Don would pluck the string and see if it's one of those callings again.
We all explode instantly.
It reverberates with it.
Mhm.
It reverberates with it. It seems like they share a connection of some kind.
Mhm.
There was also these, but
Oh.
huh.
It's not a these nuts joke, my fault.
Got him. No, Abdul reaches and grabs the shackles, puts them on the table.
And
There-
that's all.
The shackles there are brass outlined, but the middle is like a blue, almost like a light blue, like a baby blue, almost like a turquoise. What gem is that? That's turquoise color. What gem is that gem?
Lapis?
Sapphire, lapis.
Form.
It starts with a T. I can't remember what it is.
Turquoise.
Um,
What's the first
Purple?
color?
It's the turquoise color, and it. There you go.
No, it's not
Um,
tourmaline. That's pink and orange. I thought it was though.
Possible, draw the connections. Draw.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, are you thinking like jade color?
I thought
Jade's
Jade
not
was
really a-
green.
No, Jade's more green.
Yeah, jade is more green.
It's just turquoise is also.
Let's take an
gem, too.
archaeology break or a
Yeah.
geology break. Let's get our gems on.
Yeah, turquoise. I don't think it's like a.
I think
It's
yeah,
a mineral
turquoise.
than a gem, though.
yeah, turquoise itself is a mineral, and but I'll say turquoise it that's what it looks like though. It looks like this kind of turquoise color, this mineral inside the brass that's around it. The brass is around the cups. There is a hinge on one side, and they both open like this.
Aquamarine?
That works. Aquamarine, yes, that's what it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Shade slid out of frame.
That does not start with a T, but that works.
No, turquoise is what I was thinking. Like the mineral turquoise that has that kind of like black kind of inlaid with it, veiny kind of look. That's what it looks like.
Amy.
Dawn's a little bit of theatercraft, and what if we put the murals together? Kind of see if that does anything.
One is very clearly of a little man. The other one is obscured. You can't really read it. You can't really see it. It's too dirty.
Well, I'm not gonna be the one to clean it. It's not
I'll
my
do it.
pot.
If no one else does. Actually, I don't think maybe you shouldn't touch this lamp again, Uriah. Just who knows? Maybe he has a brother in there. That'd be a little awkward.
As he says that, I touched the.
Hey,
Well, I mean, perhaps
Rob.
what's Aquin is somewhere in there. Maybe just he came out first.
Well, usually, is anyone holding the lamp, or are we just kind of like staring at it on the
We're all
floor?
looking at
I'm
it.
all staring at it like
It's on a table.
I don't want to
Well,
touch it.
usually,
I don't want to roll.
usually, when I touch it, I could feel. I want to put my hand on the pendant. Does it feel warm anymore, like it used to?
There is no.
No.
pendant, it's a lamp.
We don't talk
No,
anymore.
it is a teapot.
Teapot. Does
Short
Miss
and
Mary
stout.
Poppins? Does Miss
Good
Mary Poppins feel
handful.
warm?
It does not feel warm, but it doesn't feel cold either. There's no like marked
Okay.
difference. It just doesn't brim with life anymore.
Can I try? Let me see.
Try to seduce the lamp.
Oh, let me see. Can I do either read aura or detect magic on it?
You can do either one or both if you'd like.
Let's do both, because why not?
You cast detect magic, and the biggest form of magic that you see is tied between the harp and the lamp itself. Both
Okay, so the lamp is still
both of them read as the same level of magic. Super
Okay.
hard, super high.
okay.
Oh my.
Read aura, you detect. What are you reading aura on? The lamp itself?
The lamp, yeah.
It is abjuration, and transmutation, illusion. There's a lot of different stuff going on there.
Interesting. Well, it's still giving off a lot of residual energy. Even with him gone, it's still matching the energy of the harp. So I don't really know. There could be someone in it.
Be you,
Or,
Aquin.
or it could just be the lamp itself, just giving off that much energy. I can't be sure.
Well, it's worth a try. I doubt anyone else but Aquin would be left in there unless.
How many strings are we missing on the harp, or do we have all the strings?
All the strings on the harp.
Could you
Start
play a
drumming the
song?
harp. No,
Maybe you could play a song, see how it reacts. You can document.
Well, plucking the string makes
Okay.
it like reverb or.
The entire song. Don't you know it?
I glance it down. I'm like, I pull out my flute. I'm like, we could try and play one, see what happens.
All right, I'll set it.
120 BPM.
I need performance checks from both of you that are involved.
Yes,
Let's see.
sir.
Performance. Oh, bro,
I'll try.
that untrained improvisation goes hard.
Not hard enough.
Mm.
You're
Fortunately, the only actual thing that so you fail your check to aid, but the check was actually done.
Oh, okay.
So you play a little tune. The as you play on the harp, you can feel a connection forming that warm kind of like jovial. As you close your eyes and play on it, and you've been a bard for a little bit now,
Mhm.
trying to follow in Jakasa's footsteps, and as you play on the harp and kind of let yourself get absorbed into the music, it feels like a tavern with a roaring campfire, soul food, and storming nasty weather outside, but warm and dry inside. It feels like laughter and joy. And as you are done with the song, the lamp still reverberates. But other than that,
And Dr. Reed, I don't know, would like a crafting check do anything? Or an
You can-
occultism check?
what are you wanting to do? And then I'll tell you what to roll.
That's a good question. Like, maybe I don't even know if maybe it's actually academia lore. Like where it was made or like how it came, like where it came from, the origins of the actual like metal.
The origins of the metal would be a crafting check. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So very
nice.
happy.
That is
Sounds
very
so
nice.
good. Okay,
Crafting check.
check. All right, I'm a master in crafting, so that should be pretty great. Public? Yes.
You have
Master
seen
Craft.
pieces like this. You have seen pieces like this all over Relkia. But you know that it was made in Zalik.
Really?
Yes.
Where we just were?
Where you just were. But just outside the Great Oasis, in a place called the Valley of the Depths.
Oh.
There are several mines there in that mountain range, and this is where the brass actually came from.
Fascinating. Can I
Brass. Is it some
estimate
copper?
the age?
No. Brass.
Can I estimate the age at all? With any accuracy or ballpark? Within 100 years? Within 50 years? Anything like that?
With a nat 20, this is several thousand years old.
Dope. So it's
Just
from,
like me.
so this we're discussing specifically the
From around, I would say several
lamp?
thousand, but it's not. It's more like 1,000 years old. Right around the era of the Vizar War is when it was created.
Can,
Actually, no. Strike that. It is several thousand years old. It predates the Vizar War.
speaking of
Ripple Judah.
speaking of
Sorry.
Vizar, Dawn has before Vizar lured the lamp thing. I mean, it might make a difference if it's like pre-teapot, post-teapot, but can he try the Vizar lore on the shackles? See if
Sure.
I pick up anything on those.
Sure. Your eyes go black. You go starry-eyed. You see anybody watching Don as he intently kind of looks and thinks about the dragon that gave you this ability. You stare at the shackles and his eyes turn into voids, and then swirling starlight appears and twinkles in his eyes, and you know that the shackles and the lamp are intrinsically linked. There is only a cursory amount of magic in the shackles, though. You're not sure how they link up to it. You would have to, you even starry-eyed, you'd have to pick them up and handle them and look at them. Is that okay? Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
He picks them up from
They
the
activate
table.
on me.
He
I
handles
know.
them.
No?
He looks at them, As you look at the inside of them, you see markings on the inside of the shackles where they would bind together. And the markings trigger that Vizar lore. It is written in an ancient language that you do not understand even with Vizar lore. But you know it's the language of the Vizar.
Ooh.
That's on the inside of the shackles.
The inside of the shackles.
Fun times.
As you look through the shackles, the right one you just see all this scribbling, and you place it back down on the table. The left one you see all the scribbling, and in the scribbling you can see the word Huxley.
Holy.
I feel like even as Don's holding this, like with Star Age, you see like a confused kind of look come across his face if you were to look at him at all. Just confused at like the one word that stands out, if anything, is Huxley.
It's not written in
Mhm.
common, it's written in Elven.
Mm.
It's the one word you can read of all the other
Mhm.
scribbles and hieroglyphs and words that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more than one language going on in this.
Most of it is in this ancient Vizar language that Don recognizes as this ancient Vizar language, of which, if you were to say, do you say anything about that? Do you say that, oh yeah, this is all written in this other language?
Yeah, I feel like Don, we're in a safe enough spot that now he can articulate while he searches. Of course, in the shop he couldn't. It was more of a just get information, but
So
now
what do you say?
he's. As Dr. Reed's looking at that one, Don would kind of make his way over, go starry-eyed, looking at them, and then placed on the left one, or places on the right one, picks up the left one, and he's just kind of rotating it, looking for anything, and that's when he just Huxley, just like kind of elvish.
Yeah, my name like that.
And Dr. Reed, her as you whisper Huxley, she whips her head over to you.
The rest of this I can't read. It seems to be from the Vizar, funny enough, if you could believe it, but the one thing I can read says Huxley in Elven.
There is, all of you would know this, even Zag would know this, everybody knows this.
Urban.
There is almost nothing left of the written word of the Vizar. There are great ancient temples and ancient structures that are left, and you can find stuff that's written there. Nobody knows how to read it. It is unreadable.
Fascinating. These items are of an unknown importance, so priceless. Are we even sure we can keep them safe?
Uriah, what are you doing?
Oh, well, I mean, I've kept it safe this far long.
You're doing a really good job.
Yes. You ever had a water pistol to your head before?
When
Made by, I'm sorry, one more thing. Different languages, could we make the assumption that different beings with different backgrounds were held, shackled at all? Like, can we make that assumption? This was added to it. Huxley was added. Perhaps.
No, I think I get what you're saying.
Could this be like in a jail cell when there's multiple writings on the wall from former inmates, former criminals?
What you're
Could be
asking
something like
is
that.
if the original was the Vizar language and someone then later added Huxley and Elven.
If that's the case, I would keep the shackles away from you.
I'm not against the idea of trying them on them, see what they do.
Oh, goodness. I mean, I do love a good scientific experiment, but in a controlled environment, good God, run a ship. Let's at least wait until we get out to sea.
So then if something big does happen where in
And
open
we
water,
sink and die.
I mean,
Uriah,
Does Don put the left one on his left arm?
my own arm?
Note to self: Don
Yes.
likes shackles.
we're talking about putting on you.
I always thought about putting on the Huxley. Like, it says Huxley.
Oh,
What if
okay.
it's like a thing for Huxleys, Like it was a
Oh,
literary
you're gonna try to put it
addition.
on Uriah then?
That's what
No,
Don
no,
said
no.
was he wasn't opposed to it.
Uriah,
What's
this
up?
might do something to you if you tried this.
I really, truly think we
Can
will
I?
see until we get out.
Can. What you want? Can I?
If Zag was
Ex-
here, he'd be like, no, nothing.
Can I read aura the shackles?
You did.
You get the same answer: transmutation, illusion, abjuration.
Alright, hear me out here. Uriah, if you did put this on, it holds the power of the genie.
Zin.
I don't recommend putting both on.
I get a 9th level wish. Oh, don't play.
I pick up one of the shackles. I say, I will put it on. And you can put it on. So, you're not without your powers. And me, I have no powers. Take them all away.
Well, Mama didn't raise no. Put them both on. No.
I mean, if you're looking for a volunteer.
What's
Um,
Zag doing?
Like, just sitting there
What's
contemplating.
Lump.
What is Zag doing?
If we're gonna put it on one of my arms,
Is
put on my
nobody
left
else
arm. I can go without it.
invested in this?
So put
I'm emotionally
left arm with the
invested.
one that says
I'm
Huxley.
like down the rabbit hole right now.
Put it on my left arm because I can go without it.
wouldn't mind putting the shackles on because if there's a 50-50 chance of being imprisoned and or of given powers,
Listen here, you greedy.
I have
Dr.
the
Reed,
shackles.
Dr. Reed, do you want to try to put the shackles on?
What?
I feel that this is a necessary step
if he
into
off
the future.
if he offers
Okay.
his arm, Don would take it and close it around his arm.
Wait,
Oh no!
Oh,
Put it on my left arm, right?
Are Dr. Reed first?
Mhm.
You clasp the one in your hand to Dr. Reed's arm, and it clicks in place, and nothing happens.
Do the other one. Do the other one. It must be both.
Well, how do we get
No.
them? How do we get them off first? Might have
It's a
been.
scientific theory.
But if they're stuck on you, how do we get them to Uriah?
They'll come off. I'm sure they will. Come on.
How sure?
Abdul's holding the other one. So, like, Abdul's like,
Let's. Don wants to
What
make
do
a
you
quick.
do, Abdul?
Don wants to make a quick look at these things before we attach both of them. How do we get these things
take
off?
it off.
There is a simple clip on the side that just pops off. In fact,
off.
Dr. Reed, as you go up, you actually pop the left one and it clips
Okay,
right off.
see? It's fine. Let's continue.
You pop it back on yourself. Abdul, you pop the right one on, and as you pop the right one on, you watch as they begin to glow slightly.
You want me and Abdul to become the same person? I don't want
No.
bodies.
Dr. Reed,
So
Dr.
weird.
Reed has both of them. Dr. Reed has both of them on. Dr. Reed has both of them on, and they
Okay.
pulse, and then they unlock and they fall to the ground.
Oh, I think it's. I have a
Well,
theory. I have a running theory.
you
We need to put them
you
on the boy. Wizard boy,
see-
come here.
Abdul throws his dagger away, like, and it appears back into his returning bandolier. Alright, that's just a little bit intense, guys. Like,
No. My working theory is that it will only work on a Huxley. So Put them on, boy. Put them on. See?
Only
You
if
have it.
you
Boy.
Only
no,
if
we
you
shouldn't
want to,
really.
Uriah.
Just really
I
see the internal
don't
struggle of Dr.
Boy.
Reed.
That's a good idea.
Boy.
The internal struggle
You
of
call
Dr.
it
Reed
boy.
continues of wanting to experiment, but remembering that there may be casualties.
I'm going to gently remove the shackles from the deranged woman.
And only if you
They're on
want
the floor.
to, Uriah.
They're
I'm
on the
going
floor.
to hand one. I'm going to hand one to Don.
Okay. As soon as you go reach down to pick it up, the left one jumps up and clasps onto your arm. I need Abdul. I need Abdul, Dr. Reed, Don, and Zag all to roll initiative for me.
Ooh! Ooh!
Versus all of you. Versus all of you. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on. Come on.
What can I roll as initiative?
Oh God!
You guys are screwed now that I'm
Perception.
level 9.
You can roll. I would like you all to roll as initiative. You can all roll perception. I'll say this. Zag can roll acrobatics or athletics. Don and Jesus,
Abdul.
Abdul can roll deception or stealth. You and Dr. Reed, you can roll medicine or crafting.
Guys,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
like
medicine.
this. He's
I'm sorry, it's
he's
gonna be
giving
crafting.
us
Oh
our
my
best.
goodness.
He's giving us our best.
Okay, but hear me out though. Hear me out.
At least let me kill them, Judah.
It was in my mind.
Don't take the fun away from me.
I'll summon the Shadow
Oh,
Man
do you
if I
need my
have to.
daily preparations? I'm just gonna go with my usual.
Okay, whatever's in you can control that all from Wanderer's
Oh
Foundry
God!
now.
Okay, I wasn't expecting.
He
All
rolls
right,
a
here we
2.
go.
Oh,
Oh, did you not?
no, I'm going to.
No,
I think I
okay.
might have something.
Okay, you cannot hero point this unless if you want to, you can if you'd like. But I will say this: now that I have everyone's, this is the kind of check that if you're skittish, you want to lose.
Okay, I'm not skittish.
What does skittish mean?
Zag, Abdul, Don, Dr. Reed. Zag, Abdul, Don, Dr. Reed. I have all of yours, and the winner is Don.
Uh-huh.
Don dies instantly.
The quickest one to react in this moment is Don. And time begins to slow for you because you are very careful when it comes to magic items. And as this left one comes and clasps on his left arm, you have a moment, a choice to grab the right one and put it on your arm. Do you do it or not?
To do or not to do?
Why else would you be a bard if you're not, like questioning how stuff works, right? Like, do it. Yeah. Put it on my right arm.
You, as this thing clasps on the left arm, Uriah, you jump back, and as you jump back, Don, you reach your right arm down and it grabs it, and as it does, the room is engulfed in this turquoise, bright baby blue light, and you all of you feel yourself being pulled as you are all absorbed into the teapot.
Oh God, no!
Love us? We stand up and there's... Hold on, 1, 2, 3... There's only 4 of us, and then it's just Uriah. It just turns into Uriah Jagger.
Here's the chart. Here's the chart. Wow! What happened here? I got an idea. Let's put shackles on the wizard.
Into the depths, baby!
Here's the freak around and here's the find out, right?
We said we're on the plane.
This ain't the first time Don's been teleported. He's definitely not good at it.
Around. Hey, we freaked around, and now we about to find out.
Oh, we find out. Let's find out now. Huh?
What happened to us, Doc?
How's it looking, Doc?
I am God.
I mean, I didn't want to do it now. I thought we could just.
That's.
Now we're stuck in a teapot. Dang it.
Zag.
Sure, ass out.
Zag. You come to, and this bright light is all around you. It seems to come from everywhere. And as you open your eyes and the light focuses, you find yourself laying in a pool of about
Oh, no.
3 to 4 inches of water,
It's a lot of water.
face up in this pool.
Face
Could have
down.
went Isaac. I could have went Isaac.
You're like face down. See it.
Yeah. And as you kind of like, your head hurts, you are, you're seeing like double and triple. Your vision is obscured, and you have the splitting headache. And as you like sit there, and your vision kind of comes in a bit more focused, you just see kind of this golden light color all around you. What do? You're laying in a pool of water.
Not better.
Stand
As you
up and
s-
look around.
As you stand up and look around, you notice all of your friends laying next to you. Don and Uriah are Uriah is to the right of Don. Don is to the left of Uriah, and they are laying like exactly perfect with their shackles like next to each other.
But we could just.
You guys are all laying in this pool of water. You look down, and underneath the pool is like a mosaic, a mural, and it's cracked and busted in places. But it is a beautiful mosaic of turquoises and tans and golds that kind of sprawls out all over the floor. You see in this room that is well, let me see here. It is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 times 5. So it's about 100 feet by 100 feet square. The edges seem to just go off into nothing. You can tell there's a wall there, but it also seems to continue on to infinity. And as you kind of look up and around, you see almost like a dome-like structure all around you of this golden brass color.
Really is Isaac.
Oh,
I wonder where we're at.
I assume.
What a
Could I
fascinating
safely
dome.
assume we ended up inside this lamp?
Let me ask you this: Would Zag be that quick-witted? Would Zag be like, "Oh no," like?
Zach
that
would
how-
know.
If that's how
Because he
you
was-
want to, if that's how you want to play it, sure. Like, but I just want to know, like,
Because I'm like picturing in his head, seeing as how like we were playing around with this lamp, playing around with the shackles, and something happened, and now we're here, and like that's like he would definitely be safe to assume like, are we inside of a freaking lamp?
And then
Nah.
is Dr. Reed awake at this point?
the rest of you begin to stir. Abdul being the last.
And
Would I recognize?
Or
Would
that
Dr.
pot.
Reed recognize the murals as the handwriting? The Vizar handwriting.
The
This is
what
our
the
language.
bottom the mosaic.
Yeah.
No, she
What's
would see a mosaic. Again, bright blues, turquoises, tans, golds, and reds. And the red is of a man with shackles on, roaring out. The blues are of a group of people that are faceless, nameless, that seem to be united around him. And half of his body is being sucked into a teapot.
I think I know where we're at.
Are me and Don like awake?
Yes. Abdul, you're awake too. You stir
Are
as
our
well.
hands like stuck together?
No. But you
Anybody
both have
suffer
shackles on. Say again?
Like, did anyone suffer, like, I don't know, crushing damage?
No.
You're like, never remind the DM of damage. Never.
Dungeon's not allowed to talk. He
I'm
does that all the
going
time.
to safely assume that it was a fire genie. As I'm looking down at this mural.
That's so strange, though, because the man that was trapped in there, he clearly was extracting water. Very strange. Do you think he was the one who etched this?
It is a mosaic actually of laid tile. It is like the floor.
Well, this isn't
Hmm.
what I expected. As Don's like looking at the shackles still on him.
Unless he's trying to
Yes.
keep all the water, that would potentially be his
Abdul,
own
Done, you
undoing.
dumb.
Abdul starts laughing. Curiosity killed the cat. Ah.
No, I didn't kill him, just trapped him in a lamp. But I mean, could a theory be that he's trying to extract the water so that he has nothing against him, and he goes and wreaks havoc?
I'll be honest with you. I don't really care about him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well. yes, of course. How do we get us out of this predicament?
We're in a lamp.
Don would go up
And we
to
locked the
Hmm.
door.
Don would go up to the
Knock
side
on
of
the
the
door.
Well, at
wall.
least he won't be destroyed or disturbed or stolen.
This
Uriah takes a long rest. No.
this mayor is after the captain. We could be lost at sea here.
Have we even pulled away?
This is how we
Perhaps
spend
the
our
captain will
month.
come
Is in a
looking for us.
damn lamp.
Maybe the captain will come looking for us.
How dare you, Joe?
Drunk.
Maybe he'll come looking for us, think that we left him again, and then when we show back up, he'll be even more angry.
How did you know he was angry?
No matter. No matter to that. A lady would
Listening by
never
the
eat
door.
enough.
She was listening by the door, Don.
I mean, there were beer bottles, so what?
What's Zag and Uriah doing at the while they're arguing?
That
I'm
would
getting
be
right
the
hook
way
enough.
out.
Uriah, you're actually like banging on the ground.
I have a question for Uriah.
That is
Zag,
tempting.
give me a perception check.
I need
Zag.
Uriah.
Zag, give me a perception check.
You
Uriah,
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 interact.
what is your question?
I need Uriah to interact with the water.
I was going to do that.
Zag,
forgot.
with your perception check, you notice there are two brass archways about 100 feet away in not opposite directions, but in like a V formation. One goes, or like a Y. One goes one way, one goes the other. To the right or to the left?
Anything else?
There are bits and pieces of broken like pottery around, and the water seems to go on forever. And you can't you can't really tell where the end is.
It's like Kingdom Hearts when you wake up and like there's just water, like it's all dark and the water's just.
Yeah,
I'm meaning like Dark Link from the Water Temple vibes.
Yeah, more like Dark Link in the Water Temple. It's
Yeah,
it's
it
just
is.
the water goes forever, but also you know that there's an end.
You can feel the end, which is yours.
Yeah.
Guys, I think y'all should see this. And he'll
What
call
is
them
it?
over. And he'll point at the archways.
You have to the left or to the right. I need a group decision if you guys decide to go through one.
Let's flip a coin. Ha! I'm sure Abdul has a few to spare.
I pick out a coin. I look at the coin. Is it all up to you? Like, everyone agree?
I'm fine with it. Just whatever gets us out of here.
We have no idea if it's getting us out or getting us more in.
Be sitting here arguing.
Okay, so heads is right. Do we agree?
Right, it is.
All right.
After.
Roll a. You can
Does
roll a
any-
D2, I think.
Does anybody have a real coin?
You can also roll like a D20 and then like. There it is.
That was Don.
Okay,
okay.
so we didn't decide.
And you can roll a D2, so it's a 50-50 chance. You can decide what is heads. I'll say heads will be lows, and tails will be highs.
Okay.
No, heads highs, tails lows.
Yeah.
Heads highs, tails lows, and then
I
Okay,
think you're
so-
wanting us to go a certain direction. I really do.
So-
which way is heads? Is it right or left?
I guess it's right, since right was highs.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think you actually can roll a D2. I think it just copies whatever you put because it's just copying 2, 2, 3, 2. Like it wasn't actually
No,
going.
no, it
No?
does. No, it does.
What? That is nuts.
That is
We
pretty cool.
just hit. We just hit
Um,
twos, bro.
What?
So, so to the right,
To the right.
are you going towards that gateway?
Think
Is that what
so.
you guys are doing?
Are there any symbols on the gateways?
Yes. As you get close to the one to the right that you guys have chosen, you notice a symbol of a long serpent-like creature that kind of goes around the gateway.
Wait, so we're going to the left or right?
That's very
Right.
not promising. I being Abdul doesn't make eye contact. And I'm just gonna jog over to the second gate to see what the thing is on that one.
That's full on. That's full on a dragon. That's full on. There's two dragons on either pillar.
What do you see
Alive?
over there?
Alive?
No, you see
You're-
them etched on the pillars. They're not alive. That's the symbols on the pillars.
That's
Dragons
the second one.
with their wings protruding out of their back and their chests kind of puffed up. Their necks kind of perched like this, and they face
And they're
each
like-
other like swans. Yes.
Dr.
Facing the
Reed would
archway?
recognize that as Sphinx style.
Is that that's on the second gate or is that on the one we're at right now?
That's at the left gate.
Yeah, left key.
And you guys are going to the right gate.
What do you see over there?
This one's dragons.
Dragon what? Wait a second now. We've killed the dragon before.
It was a Drake, but yeah.
The Drake.
Jason Derulo.
Just throwing this out there. We're going to explore this lamp more.
Do you want to stay in this room? I mean,
You want to stay in this one room until we die. Because we have to move on to figure out an exit. That's
Say
what it
two.
seems like.
I'm going to
Yeah,
assume
you
there's
guys
no
got
exit.
speaking of finding an
Can I-
exit, did your bird? Did he come with? Can you send him down to check anything
You
in
mean my
here?
bird that's been dead?
For how long? I thought those things.
Dead
It came
for
back
that
the first time.
It's like a month of downtime.
No, it's a
A
week
week.
of downtime.
We've had a
We were on a
time.
boat for a week and a half, bozo.
Yeah.
No, we
So,
weren't.
yeah, your bird should be back.
To Port Calais from Swamp View.
He
I
didn't
was-
say it, so it's not a
Jesus.
Does
Massimo.
Don still have his heart?
No, Don would have left this harp.
yes. No, the harp came with you. All of your
Sick.
possessions
Did
came with you.
Sick. I thought
Play
Don
the
left.
harp. Play the harp.
Any tune of interest?
Then we went down to Georgia.
I don't know that one.
Shimmy, shimmy, bang, bang.
Don would just play a simple tune in here.
Can I attempt to aid?
Duel
Bro,
holds up the
Play
coin.
the same tune you played before.
We already made a choice. Let's just do the thing and then get it over with.
The scientist would like to try her hypothesis. Who am I to deny it? Don would play the same tune as before, from outside
Okay,
of it.
roll a perception check or a performance check.
Performance.
Jesse plays any
Yeah.
Dang!
Never mind. I don't need to aid in that. God
No,
dang.
you don't.
My
As
bad,
you
G.
play, you hear this almost like angels singing all through the area around you, this harmony play, and you hear in the distance something calling to you.
To me personally,
To all
the
of us
group?
or to him?
Just calling back. You hear this reverberation, and then it comes back. You, through this reverberation, I will say, you get the you get kind of with that roll. I'll say you get kind of an echolocation type vibe. There are 20 rooms in this dungeon.
Yacht.
Ah.
Yacht. So.
Not not all of them are not all of them ring back as dangerous, I'll say.
Who's strict
However,
here?
I will say this. As you play the harp and Uriah continues investigating the gateway on the other side, as you play the harp, all of a sudden the
Struggles.
bracer on your right arm starts emitting a pulse, and a searing pain comes into your arm. Uriah, you as well, and the both of you go are pulled together. You both suffer.
Ah,
You both suffer. That's it. You just suffer.
I always do.
If I'm locked to this guy,
You both suffer 23 points of bludgeoning damage as you fly towards each other and smack into each other. The harp drops to the ground.
And Dr. Reed, cringing over her suggestion, goes,
You
I
get,
say
the sense,
you
you get the sense
and
that it is
frick
not
you.
possible for Uriah and Don to split up.
I'd say we.
Oh, I've got the shooty. I've got the shooty. I look over to Don.
I have a question.
Hold on.
Never mind.
I'm stuck with the wizard.
I look over to Don. I put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, if you wanted to be by me, you could have just asked. Then I smolder at him.
Which way are we going?
I'm gonna use
This way.
seduce.
Let's go. Zeg, let's go.
You said 26 points?
I
thought it was
did I say
23.
26 or 23.
I thought it was
said
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
23
That's what
points.
I heard.
So 6, 5.
You,
God
with
dang.
this reverberation, you also, I will say, you also ring back. Did I say there was 20 rooms? I said there was 20 rooms. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Yes, there's 20
Some
rooms.
you said some of them
That's-
sound deadly, some of them sound not as deadly.
Yes,
like
and
that.
so you guys are all entering the portal, correct?
Yeah, the one we chose.
The gateway.
The one with the
gateway.
giant serpent instead of dragons.
Okay. As you walk through the one with the giant serpent, all of a sudden you feel yourself pull forward and then be shunted into this space, and
Wait, do you
the
forget
the layout changes. I'll say you remember the harp. I'll say you grab that.
The harp!
That is
As Uriah goes through, Don's around. My harp! He gets pulled through.
you grab it as Uriah goes through. You sucked in. No. As you go into the next room, the first thing that you guys notice is the sound of water rushing down a waterfall. But you don't hear the end of the waterfall. You hear the crest of the waterfall. And as the room almost assembles around you from the from the mist, as the mist parts, you see a massive crack in the room where you can see the brass. You see the scar goes up onto the ceiling. And the water that is only 3 or 4 inches deep is rushing over into this crack. That it goes from the one corner of the room almost to the other corner of the room, but it doesn't run straight as diagonal. It kind of runs offset through the room. There are broken bits of wall and rubble all throughout the room, and there are a great many blooming red flowers that kind of grow up from small patches of dirt and rubble that kind of grow up through. In the center of the room, near the waterfall, you see a red-robed figure.
God.
Dr. Reed pulls out. Dr. Reed reaches toward where her dagger is stored.
The figure is sitting almost like on their heels, kneeling down, looking over the waterfall.
Zach would go over and kind of like kneel down, look down where they're looking.
And you just see it goes into nothing. It goes into a white mist, and a sense of kind of dread fills you. It's only about 5 feet across, so it's something where Zag probably couldn't, but the rest of you could probably straddle it. If you wanted to, you just hop right over. It's not that big of a deal. For Zag, it's a little bit more dangerous, but Zag is also athletic enough, acrobatic enough to be able to hop over it.
Mm-hmm. So
This figure, are you next to the figure?
yeah, next to the figure.
This figure kind of turns, kind of looks at you. You see this older man, salt and pepper type hair. His hair goes from black at the length down to silver at the roots. And he is Oriental, and he has a Fu Manchu. And he kind of looks over at you and he goes, "It has been some time that a monk of the the monk of the amethyst mirror would grace my presence."
What now?
I think he's talking about you.
He looks over at you.
You're not near me.
He looks over at you and he chuckles. Looks back over to the waterfall. "What is your name?"
Inigo Montoya.
Zach. Zach Goose.
Zag. Give me a second.
This is all
You're
a
right,
giant.
old man. You look kind of stuck.
Well, that's because I am stuck.
Are you stuck? As Abdul gets closer.
Oh, it is not a bad kind of stuck. I am called Peng Long.
Ping long.
Pen Long.
Pen long.
I wish you would have called him Penwing. Penwing. Never mind. Penlong, got it.
Seems we failed. He looks at the crack.
Failed
We were
what?
doing so well to...
What are you talking about?
It was my duty to keep him here for the rest of eternity.
Who? Who was it?
A
What do you call
being,
him?
a being that they call that we called Zen Thor. XEN''THOR.
Oh no, I'm phonetically spelling this. Sorry.
Zen Thor.
Who's we?
We,
Um,
I, they, us.
it's
All of us.
2023.
What can you tell us of him? What was his crime?
Oh, he has great many crimes, he says, looking down to the water. He peers back over his shoulder to see Abdul and Dr. Reed have walked up next to him. Where are you guys positioning yourself?
I don't like when you ask that. I don't like it.
Behind him.
Like directly
am-
behind him?
Not directly behind him. I am. Maybe could we say that we're making like a moon around him as we approach?
Sure. I knew one day our strength would fail us. In the back of my mind, I knew. I didn't want to believe it. He just shakes his head and continues looking down at the water.
How did he overpower you? I mean, like, if you were here to
I don't
him.
think he lost.
If he won, then why would the thing get out?
I just like I'm not saying it, but I'm pointing at Uriah.
I look at the crack. It hasn't. It was able to communicate outside of this world. You lost, old man.
Yeah, Judah.
Me personally, old man.
He takes a deep breath and he sighs. He slowly reaches down, puts his hands down, and stands. And as he stands, he kind of rubs his knees slightly, and he
I would take 5 feet away from him.
cricks his back, and then he puts his hands in his robe, his red robe, which you now see on its trimmings is trimmed gold. And he turns around. You can see the Fu Manchu, and he looks at all of you. He was summoned. Yes. And we lost. But there is much more satisfaction in losing. You can learn from failure. It's not such a bad thing to fail every once in a while, or even fail a great many times in succession. Isn't that right, Uriah Huxley? You have been most friendly. You have been most friendly to me. I have expected when I felt a new presence in the teapot that you would come in and attack first.
What? I didn't attack no one, mister.
That's what he says in that voice, too.
In that voice.
Well,
I didn't attack no one, mister.
What is it that you wish to do here?
Which, that's pretty funny.
honestly,
Leave
these idiots got us sucked in here. I don't know why we're even in here.
me?
We would like to
I
gain
boycott
Was that
every
white man?
last one of you idiots.
Hey, Zach.
You
Idiot.
I think your queen's down in that hole. Go find her.
Oh, I think your friends are dying over there in that continent. You should go help them.
Wow. God dang.
The man looks at
And that
all of
man
you.
was speechless.
The man looks at all of you and just closes his eyes, shakes his head. You are going to need each other to get through the perils of this prison.
I didn't start it. He's blaming everyone. He does that. He gets all
Whose
quiet.
fault
and
is it that
blames
we're in here? Smart guy unleashed this guy who he was watching, and then you guys put on the shackles, and now we're in here.
Well, we're here to gain information at the least, at the very least. Who are you? What is your business here?
His hands dislodge from the robe, and he puts a hand on Zag's shoulder, and he goes, Now, what would your father say in this situation?
What do you know about my father?
A monk of the Amethyst Mirror, just as yourself.
I'm not part of them. I don't even know what you're talking
Curious.
about.
Sense
He kind
motive.
of has
Is
this
he
knowing
lying?
smile. He kind of has this knowing smile. The monks of the Amethyst Mirror were good guys. By saying you're not
you-
part of them, you're saying you're not a good guy?
That's not what I'm saying. No, I just
You seem very confused for a goblin.
He is.
shut up. Shut up.
And you, he turns over to Dr. Reed, you are very far from home.
American.
What is it that you wish to ask of me, my lady? He kind of does a slight, courteous bow.
I mean, I'll give you points for addressing me properly. What do you know of my home? First of all, but I would like to know what I really do. You are skirting the question. Who is this man that you are imprisoning, and what are his crimes, and what is he capable of doing? You say a failure, that we can learn from failure, yet you're speaking in riddles.
You wish the gift of knowledge.
Always.
I too wish for a gift. What gift could you offer?
These.
For over 800 years, I have guarded this room. And when the vessel cracked and broke my world, this 100 by 100 foot little world, nearly in half, I stayed here, protecting it. I want for nothing. I neither hunger, I neither thirst.
Hey.
What could you offer me in exchange for my knowledge?
Why didn't the crack close when I put it back together?
You are still seeking knowledge. What could you
Let's
give
hear
me
him.
in
We have to
exchange
give
for
him
my
something,
knowledge?
you idiot.
I know how to fix your broken world. I know where your world was formed,
It's called
and
super
I'm a
glue.
crafter.
We'll give you
And
super
I-
glue.
And
Mhm.
I am a crafter, a master at that.
Uh,
I can repair this, but I can't do it from in here.
It is but a short gap. He takes a step over the crack. It does not inconvenience me.
but it's a noticeable failure to us and to your enemies, or the one you swore to not protect, but swore to
In prison.
imprison.
The failure was mine. Past tense. I care not for reputation. What could you offer me, little thief?
I can offer you what you want.
Ah, and what is
What-
it that I want?
What do you want?
You're asking for knowledge.
No.
I mean,
I'm
Abdul.
I stop. I say I'm offering my services, and I like bow a little bit. Like
Hmm.
because the rumor on Custom over there, they were saying a lot of crap about you and how this thing was broken. And whew, there's a lot of talk around this pot.
Abdul, if I may,
I
Abdul.
need you to roll I need you to roll a diplomacy check.
Hmm.
Actually, I need you to roll a deception check. I'm sorry.
Let's go. Ah, crap.
That's all
I
right.
made under the assumption there's somebody else in there.
He chuckles a bit. You are under the assumption I am the guardian of the teapot, the guardian of the Aquan's vessel. You really shouldn't.
So this is Aquin's vessel. Thanks for the knowledge.
You have commissioned someone. Someone has commissioned you. You work for somebody.
Past tense.
Jewel is giving a look to Dawn of a dangerous look. I smell danger.
I am the
Yeah.
danger.
Bum, bum, bum.
So if you're not the... So, I'm not going to ask for more knowledge. So what do you want?
You're asking for knowledge. You're
I
asking
throw a
for
coin.
Yep.
I throw a coin to him.
He does not move. The coin hits into the water and slides down shoo, into the abyss below. He just looks at it. It's not a wishing well.
We can offer freedom.
Oh no! Wait a second.
That was the coin's gone.
Coin's gone. bro.
Take a piece of platinum out of your inventory.
He goes, "This is not a whistle
didn't
well." He
say
picks up the
platinum.
coin, puts it in his pocket.
I'll take a coin out of my inventory. The guy said, it's kind of like a riddle. The guy said, he wants nothing for, like, he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to drink, he doesn't need to sleep, he doesn't need to, another thing. He said another thing. What did he say?
Eat, sleep, and he doesn't want.
I have a solution. You need to rest. You've been here a very long time.
How could I rest?
I look at the black abyss that my coin just went through.
Remove 1 platinum from your.
I said a coin. I said a copper. I didn't say anything. I said a
No,
coin,
you
so-
said a coin, so I'll say
Coin.
gold. I'll say gold.
Yeah, I mean, you were trying to bribe him, so
Yeah, you were trying to bribe him, so.
you wouldn't have bribed him with copper.
I wouldn't have. It's not gonna work. The guy don't want money. What's money used for in a place like this?
You know, you made your bed, sleep in it.
Abdul's asleep. Cat nap. Abdul starts licking himself, cleaning himself. I'm talking leg up and all. Like.
His question stands, how could I rest?
We could help you
By being defeated.
leave this place. I assume, given the age of this, that you are immortal or something, perhaps if you leave this place and you can have the opportunity to live out a life, to grow old, and to finally be laid to rest.
Laid to rest. Shane, you're snoring.
I'm not snoring.
Shane, you're breathing.
Breathing
like
loud.
I'm literally, it's literally my fan.
Laid to rest, he says, a knowing look in his eye. I have lived here for the last over 800 years. During that time, I have rested, and yet cannot rest.
You speak of. You've mentioned the use of past tense a lot. Is it?
He nods.
Yeah. Do you currently live here?
He smiles. I do not currently do anything.
Time has no meaning here, then. What you're saying?
Poke him.
I mean, 800. I mean, you would have known though 800 years has passed, so it has some meaning to you. You've got some way of
Over
days.
800 of your years, I should say. Time has little meaning here, but meaning nonetheless. For
Well-
after all, we were meant to stay here for eternity. How can a mortal being stay for an eternity?
Hold up. Is you saying how? We're doing that time thing again, aren't we? We're about to be stuck in here for like. Oh God.
We should consider that time is not on our side. She's, Dr. Reed says to the group, we should try to find a way out of here.
Are you?
Uh,
Are you also a monk of the purple amethyst?
The amethyst mirror.
Amethyst
what he said.
mirror. Sorry.
At one time, I instructed many monks of the amethyst mirror.
Um, dude,
Huh.
you said 800 years.
Over 800.
1,000 years can give you something drinking.
Were you there? So you should have been there from the beginning then.
You're asking for a gift of knowledge.
Hmm.
What gift would you impart me?
The gift of mortality.
You would make me mortal? It does not seem appetizing.
Freedom, America. Raw.
You could feel
Alright,
mortal
book
if you were
table.
to jump
Take
into
this
the
off,
hole.
Take this off the list. He don't want to live. He don't really care about it. Take this off the list. Cause y'all asked that same question 3 times. He don't want it. He doesn't want rest, and he doesn't want the third one he said. He doesn't want rest. He doesn't want mortality or immortality or immortality. Mortality or immortality. He doesn't want any of those 3. What else can we offer him that we have?
I pull out.
And money. He doesn't want money.
Advice.
Get your money up, not your funny, you dummy.
Pull out.
He doesn't want
Um,
rest. He's challenging us as to how we can give him. We can't even get out, so how can we help him out?
Exactly.
I pull
So-
out a cracker.
One.
Folly-
Um,
I would assume it's.
It's a puzzle, guys. It's a riddle, and
Yeah,
it's
I know it is. That's what I'm saying. Cross those off your list and stop asking those questions. Something else that we can offer him. Nothing. Probably nothing physical. He's here.
We could
Can't
offer
do
you a
nothing physical.
future. Cause he's all about past tense. I don't know,
We're
man.
still. Oh.
Like, bro is
The child.
the child.
We could tell him, like, we could offer, like, what's been going on the outside. He's been stuck in here for 800 years. Like, not he knows what's been going on the outside.
What do you want with that? Like, what would that benefit him?
I don't know. It's either that or he wants a blood sacrifice.
I point to Uriah. Is this what you want?
Uriah never tried to interact with the
Just
water.
like a pose.
I care not for the Huxley line or for the children of Aquin. I have fulfilled my duty to them. I care not for wealth. I care not for rest or sleep. I care not for food nor drink. I ask again, what could you offer? You all seem more than capable.
We can offer you. We can offer freaking.
Hmm.
Did we already offer death? I'm just asking.
Somewhat.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what
Offered to make him
mortality
mortal.
is.
that's mortality, but we could
That I was offering.
offer him
at
a
least.
sparring session. We could spar with him.
I mean, I got some Subway coupons. I'm kidding.
Would you care for a spar?
A challenge. A crooked smile kind of etches across his face. Now, I have not had a challenge in a long time.
Didn't want to ask him.
Yeah, I could with the old amethyst mirror versus the new one. See which one's better.
Well,
So you would
you
want
putting
to
me up to
face
the-
me. You would wish to face me in single combat.
If that works for you.
It is up to you. Though, in all honesty, you seem a bit rough around the edges, Zag.
Zach.
Perhaps
was-
your friends.
Zach, he was able to fight the man that was in here until I let him out.
how about the first one to show us the exit wins, eh? I mean,
No,
come on.
he says, Zag looks rough around the edges. He says, my father taught me everything I know. Are you saying my father was rough around the edges?
Oh God.
Taught you
Oh God, please, no.
everything you know. And he cracks his back again and he goes into a pose. But not everything I know.
Well, no one talks about my father like that. And
Hey yo,
Zag takes
I
out
need to know.
his
I need to
staff.
know as a GM. Are you facing him in single combat, or do you want everybody else to help?
He talk about your
I
daddy,
wanna
you
do
get him.
something. I want to do whatever the decision is. I don't really care. But Abdul's going to silent step. I'm going to step, and I'm going to sneak.
Okay.
So,
I thought you were gonna say Abdul is going to raid Zag's corpse of whatever loot.
whatever Zag chooses,
Neat.
Abdul's going to his best interest.
All right. So go ahead and give me a private stealth check, real quick.
Private stealth check.
You can do it, Jesse.
Nice. Okay.
We need to sneak, Jesse.
it would be
Snick,
single.
snick.
He would say, and Zag would take it as like disrespect, talking about my dad and the dead.
Yeah.
So he would do a single combat.
Throw hands.
Okay.
So I don't have any revival spells, so
Single combat. You watch. You're gonna attack him. Go ahead and roll an attack. I'll allow. Actually, go ahead and roll initiative.
He goes, actually, I don't even need to know. Whatever you say, it misses.
No, single combat.
Just Zag. Single combat. Just Zag and
Perception initiative? Or is it
perception is fine. Perception is fine. All right, so you win initiative. So you go ahead and go first.
I would. Actually, I said I'd take out the staff. I'm gonna leave the staff, like, put it back,
Mhm.
put the staff back,
Okay.
and I would use Key Blast for my first action.
Okay. How does that work?
What do you,
Key blast. How does that work?
this says you unleash Key Blast, deal 2d6 force damage. I'm not gonna add. I could add
Oh,
additional action
it's a
to-
fortitude saving throw.
yeah.
Oh, it's a,
fortitude.
it's a fortitude saving throw. Okay, cool. Fortitude. Okay. Ooh, he rolled really crap.
A million.
The save DC is 27.
He rolled 27.
He rolled 27.
He rolled 27.
Yeah, if it meets, it beats. So he succeeds.
So he takes half damage.
So
That's always weird. If it meets, it beats. But if you attack the AC, it meets and it misses.
No, it beats and beats. Their AC.
then you take half damage.
Okay.
Oh, I said I take half damage, not me. You moron.
I'm keeping track of his damage. We haven't gotten a map yet. This is just kind of because it's single combat. It's kind of theater of the mind right now. So I'm just gonna keep track of his damage off screen because it'll be so much easier for me. So bam, you hit him with that. Is that all 3 actions, or is that just 1 action you're using?
I don't think it says.
Because you said you've used 2 actions, you increase the cone and the damage. If you use 3 actions, you increase the cone and the damage again. And then it's always heightened.
Oh, so no, that was 3 actions because it was 4d6.
Okay.
There you go.
So boom, you hit him back, and boom. It seems like it didn't really affect him so much. And now he is going to make an attack. Does a 32 hit you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Does 24 bludgeoning damage, and you are pushed back boom, to the edge of the area. You slide down onto the ground, and he kind of just sits there for a second, and he goes, No. I'm sorry. I am quite overjoyed at the prospect of a challenge.
24 or 23, I'm sorry.
24. You said.
24 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are pushed back out of the area. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're shoved, basically, yeah. He goes, no. I'm sorry, I am just overjoyed at the prospect of having a challenge. I can't let this go. I would defeat you in single combat. However, he goes like this with his hand, and you are healed that 24 points of damage as the waters kind of surround you a bit. The water kind of flows up over you, and you are healed the 24 points of damage. if all of you were to come, that would be a challenge.
Well,
I think he's calling you weak, sir.
I think
Me personally.
What do you say?
he says, I don't. Zach would say, I
What
don't
do
need
we
him.
get out of it?
He,
I
talking,
will
I'm ready.
give you the knowledge that you seek.
Let's do it.
You all prepare for battle, and he goes, excellent. And as he says excellent, his body liquefies and shapeshifts into a giant serpent. And as it shapeshifts into a serpent, you see Abdul, a creature that you have only ever read about. It is not a sea serpent. It is an imperial sea dragon.
Oh
Fancy.
my god.
Fancy.
Is that Jesse saying, "Oh my god," or is that Abdul
That's
saying, "Oh
what
my
we're gonna
god"?
pick up next week with initiative.
No, I was so ready to get wrecked.
Yeah, you're about to get bodied.
Dang you, Zach.
Y'all are rolling initiative now, really?
True.
Why not? Are you guys gonna roll initiative or no?
Nah, save it for
Well,
Yeah,
next
we'll just-
week.
there's
we'll
no
start next game.
no, there's no encounter yet. So
Yeah. Let's just roll next game.
Yeah, we'll do.
Nice. Good stuff.
so
Love it.
Cool.
Good.
oh boy.
Boy.
We can figure that out.
That was a bit of a puzzle. That was a bit of a puzzle there.
Welcome to choke with you again.
What you don't see.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
just go ahead and do this.
Dale taking a dump.
What you don't see, what none of your characters would witness, know about, or even possibly comprehend, is a suit of armor trudging through the docks of Port Calais, just happy and jovial as can be, just walking through until it comes to a spot and just does a full stop. Turns and looks. It looks at a pelican perched on a post. The pelican looks back at it. The armor cocks its head. The pelican cocks its head. And then the armor continues its journey with the pelican in tow. Down the docks towards the gravestone. And that's what you don't see.
Guys, I think my deal is done. Because my deal with Winter's screwed. It's over. I'm losing the coat.
Good game.
Oh, right.
Well then.
All right. That was really fun. All right. Thank you all for watching. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did too. If you did, go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, and or become a fanatic. The choice is entirely up to you. Again, this stream is meant for more of an archive, but who knows? Maybe we'll get halfway entertaining yet. To all of you watching, thank you again. And to our future selves, howdy.
Remember, smash the like button.
That's right.
I mean,
Do that. That helps a lot.
Smash.
Smash
The like button.
past the like button.
No.
No.